So let's do some quick introductions. My name is Scott. I'm in the Metro Detroit area in the real world, or maybe the distant province of Americum. I am playing the faction of Luna. Alex, why don't you go next? Let's go
Yeah.
clockwise around the
Yeah.
board.
Okay. Yeah. I'm Alex. I'm from Germany, near the Ruhr area in Germany, and yeah, I'm playing Republic of Rome for only some years now, and I was introduced. So I read about it on Boardgame Geek, and then I was introduced to it by Cyprien, a player who's also active on Boardgame Geek, and he showed me Republic of Rome via the tabletop simulator on Steam, right? And so I was introduced to it. Then I found Scott here, also via Boardgame Geek, and was very impressed, and still I am very impressed with his setup here on Roll20.
Yeah, for the record, I did not pay Alex to say that, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I wasn't
I'll take
paid.
any sort of accolades.
And by
The
the
checks
way,
in the mail, Alex.
we do not claim any copyrights to Republic of Rome. By the way,
Very good point. Good
yeah.
point. Good point.
And I'm playing the faction of Corona, so
All right, Andy, why don't you go next?
Hi, I'm Andy. Live in the UK in Somerset. Played Republic of Rome quite a few times over the years. Not so on a computer, mainly on the actual board or play by email. I'm playing Faction of Aquila today.
Right, I'm Eric. I'm playing Solus. I'm from California. I've played this game once before, but we were defeated by the Carthaginians, and I'd like that not to happen this game.
And hi, I'm Chris. I'm from Los Angeles, and I've played a couple times, but yeah, not really too much.
All right, excellent. So we have the board all set up. Let's see here. So I think we are now in the mortality phase, since we're playing with the aging senators rule. We don't have to draw a chit for the mortality. We just need to increment the age for all of our senators. Then we get to make some dice rolls for the aging senators. So I'll go ahead and do that now, gentlemen.
yeah, okay.
If you recall, you can right-click on the age marker, and then you can slide. There's another trick you can do. If you select the token, when you get to the interface where you choose the side, you can't actually use the arrow keys on your keyboard to move it up and down, but you need to click on the little bar you grab and then use the arrow key, because sometimes it can be a little touchy with the
And Scott from Faction of
sliding.
Luna, do we
Correct.
also increment now the age 7 to 8? But then we have to make a dice roll, right?
Correct.
Okay, first increment it.
Correct. And I'm going to make sure I have those rules up. Yeah, so let's start with, so now we need to see if some people die off.
One question, Scott from Faction
sure.
of Luna. Did you send them the web link for your rules, for the rules?
Oh,
So,
good question.
yeah.
No, I did not. I'm going to put in
the
chat for roll20
Yeah.
a link to the web version of the rules that I put together. Just if you want to look up a rule, this version should make it a lot easier to search through. There's also another tool that I want to use for greatly simplifying the revenue phase. I'll probably have to kind of walk you through it a little bit to show you. But once we do it the first time, every future revenue phase will literally be like a click of a button, and it'll all be generated for us. Because when you get provinces in the mix, especially in the late Republic, it can really kind of bog the game down, the amount of time it takes to do the revenue phase. Let's take care of our aging senators. So let's start with Chris, Faction of Manus in the upper left. Sempronius is an age of 8. So there is a D6 button in the bottom left, Chris. All right. So it's if you roll a 6 or higher, then that senator dies of natural causes. He rolled a 1, which is fine.
I think it'd be a 5 because I'm at age 8, right?
Well, you rolled a 1 plus 1 because of 8. Yeah, so you got a 2 on your final modified roll, which is not a 6 or higher. That's what I was thinking.
Right.
Same thing for me, but it's Plautius. So he's also age 8, so I'll add 1 to this dice roll. I rolled a 5, of course, and he dies.
Oh,
Like that 5 plus 1 goes to 6. So we just agreed just a minute ago. All right, so we get to exercise the rules. I'm looking at the rules right now. Upon a natural death, a non-faction leader elder center is never placed in the curia. Instead, his card is wiped clean as previously, except for all money is now retained on the center card. At this time, his faction may make an immediate one-time persuasion attempt against the center without subtracting the target's loyalty, and assuming the center is unaligned. This simulates that the elder statesman. So I basically need to make a roll. So what's my best senator I have? Now I interpret that to mean one of my senators is trying to keep him in the faction. And my best persuader would be Fabius, who has an influence of 5 and an oratory of 2, so for a 7. So I need to roll a 7 or lower, 2d6, to keep Plautius in my faction. Rolling 2d6. I got a 4, so he stays in the faction. But he comes back to Rome, and he loses his. He starts at an age of 0, but his province comes back because his descendant is no longer the governor of the province.
you managed to persuade him?
I did. I rolled a 4.
Okay.
So I don't know if I went too fast on that. Let me know if anybody has any questions on that.
So you did the
All right.
persuasion with whom?
With Fabius,
With Fabius. Okay.
who had an influence of 5, oratory of 2 for a 7.
Okay.
All right. Alex, faction of Corona, you're next. Sulpicius,
You are next to die.
you are 4 plus 1 is a 5. You're fine. Let's see.
My turn?
And Andy, let's go clockwise around the table.
Oh, okay, we'll go clockwise.
So Andy, faction of Aquila, roll 1d6, add 1 to it.
Aquila, okay.
5 goes to 6. That's so Calpurnius.
Yeah.
Dies of natural causes.
Okay, so let's see if I can find someone to.
Yeah. So you need to make a persuasion attempt as well.
Yeah.
Who do you want to do the persuading? I think Julius is your best option with a 4
Because he
influence
has
and a 3
influence.
oratory.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, that makes sense. Julius will attempt to do that from Aquila to keep Calpurnius in. So that's a 2d6, yeah?
Correct. 2d6 button.
We've got
Success.
5.
All
So
right.
he comes and joins me. He comes back and joins me, but the province goes back into the center.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, perfect. All right. Now, Eric, you can go. 6 of the
Everyone's
dot.
dying. Yeah.
I know.
Right.
It's if you can keep them, it's actually kind of a not that bad.
Right,
So
Rather
who's your
die
best
early on.
guy here?
Yeah, but
Probably
we are
Cornelius.
at the beginning, guys.
Yeah, it's the beginning.
So it's not bad because he hasn't
Ooh,
accumulated.
just enough. Yeah, it's kind of like if you keep your guy, this is probably the best time to die off
Yeah.
because now you've got a bunch of young senators.
Now is the best time to die.
Now is the best. If you're going to die, now is the best time. All right. That was interesting. This is the first time I played with aging senators, so well, be learning as we go. All right. So we are now
sorry.
in. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Andy Aquila. I've just managed to delete my Calpurnius card. Is there any way you can recall him?
Let's see. Let's see if I can do it. Stand by.
I was trying to get rid of the aging mark and I killed him instead.
Right. Yeah, best not to delete markers in the game.
Okay.
Just slide them off to the side.
Okay.
but with a card, which is what that was, there is a discard pile, but he's not showing there. So what was the senator's name?
Calpurnius,
Calpurnius. All right,
number
stand by.
16. Sorry.
No problem. Stand by. Number 16.
Yeah.
You said.
But as long as you do not delete my senators, I am actually fine with if you are going to delete your senators.
Calpurnius was abducted by aliens?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Where is it? There it is, I think. All right, cool. So give me a sec. I need to do a little adjustments because you're going to see the
Yeah,
card
got it.
come on, but he's gigantic. So let me adjust that.
They did some awful experiments with him, these aliens. He got bigger and bigger.
He nearly died of bloating illness. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. Oh my
Let's
God.
see how he's there. He needs to be a little bit wider. All right. So now you
Thank
should
you.
be back
Yeah.
to normal.
Thank you.
And we will hide that. All right. All right. And let me make sure it's moved to the back so that you can put things on top of it. All right. So I had mentioned a tool for handling the revenue phase. And this is a website I've created. I'm going to put a link to it in the chat so you can just see it. But if you're just curious to see what it looks like, but what I'm going to do, I want to be totally transparent with this. So I'm actually going to share my screen for a minute. Hopefully this goes through the stream okay, Alex. Hopefully I can figure out how to share my screen.
Okay.
'Cause
I
I've
don't
done this
know if it
before.
works because I have fixed this stream to this roll20, but well, whatever.
All right. Stand by if I try to figure out how to share my screen. There it is, share screen. All right. So let me know when you see my screen.
So in Discord, right?
In Discord, correct.
I would have to watch your stream. But you explained it to me already, right?
I explained it to you, yeah. So this is nothing new for you,
Yeah.
Alex. I want the rest of the guys to know
Yeah, they should check it.
what this is and that it's on the up and up and that type of thing. So let me know when you can. Do you see my screen? What do you see?
Hey, I'm watching. This is just like a calculator. This is impressive.
Yeah, this is basically, so you should see like red areas and area state, factions, concessions, provinces in each area. Yeah, it's basically like a revenue calculator kind of thing. Everybody see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So the top areas for, the current situation of the state, we currently have 6 legions, no fleets, no land bills. We don't have a Pontifex Maximus assigned. We're playing with these advanced rules. Faction of Aquila, Corona, Luna, and then we have Manus. We all have 4 senators to start. No one died. We all have an assigned faction leader. No one has any knights assigned yet. Concessions. Starting in the upper left, Chris, faction of Manus. What concessions do you have? Do you have any?
None.
None. Okay. Faction of Luna has the armaments concession, which doesn't apply in the revenue phase. Faction of Corona, Alex,
Yes.
what do you have?
I do have as concession Sicilian grain.
Sicilian grain. That was Corona has Sicilian grain.
Yes, sir.
Andy, faction of Aquila, what do you have?
Harbour fees.
Harbor
And-
fees.
Yeah. And land commissioner, foolishly.
Land commissioner, you can't. I'm glad you brought this up. You can't play unless there's a
Yeah. So
land
that needs
bill
to
in
go.
play. So put it. So
Goes to
right click
center
on it,
pot.
take it back to your hand.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. Who's next? Eric, what concessions do you have? I think you had a couple tax farmers,
I
right?
have Tax Farmer 3 and Tax Farmer 6.
And so Eric is faction of Solus. So tax farmer 3, Solus, and tax farmer 3, Solus. Provinces. So who has, I think
Yes.
Alex Corona
Yes.
has Sicily.
Yes.
Cecilia.
Cecilia.
Are you going to be taking spoils?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It
With
is
this
not
province?
improved, so we don't check that.
Yeah.
No one has Sardinia, Corsica. What's left? I think most of our governors died.
Yeah, I think so.
Illyricum.
Right? But there is one left, right?
Chris has Illyricum. Is that right, Chris?
Yeah.
All
And I'll take
right.
spoils on that.
Thank you. And so that you are a faction of and Manus taking
Faction
spoils.
Manus. Yeah.
Are there any other provinces that are
Manus.
assigned? We have four. That'll be a fun Senate phase. All right. So once I get this all set up, and I'm going to save it so that I don't lose this by accident. So stand by as I save it off to a file.
But I do have to say I don't like the recall governor rule now because all you greedy guys want to get my Sicilia. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. All
Yeah.
right. So then with the click of a button, I can generate revenue, and I'm going to have it do the with details option. So it's going to pop up this screen here. And basically here at the top is a summary of everything. So the state gets 83 talents. And what these monies are these are what you're adding to what you already have. So since it's the beginning of the game, none of us have any money. So this is going to be, what we get this first revenue phase. In the future, if you already had money on personal treasuries or faction treasuries, that would stay, and money would be added to it. And I'm doing this basically as a big lump sum because you can always reallocate your money anyways. So this is like a lump sum. Faction of Aquila gets 9 talents. Corona gets 14, Luna gets 6, Manus gets 7, Solus gets 10. And then here's individual details to kind of clarify, okay, where did that 9 come from Aquila? Well, 6 of it was from your senators, your 4 senators plus your faction leader. You don't have any knights, and you got 3 from from concessions. Corona, you got 4 from Sicily, etc.
Mm-hmm.
This does factor in. There's no Pontifex Maximus assigned. If it was, it would have factored that in as well. If there's a province that comes up with 0 revenue, like for example, let's say Illyricum had actually rolled badly and got a negative number, then that money would be applied. The faction would get 0 talents, and the negative would be applied to the state. The state details are down below here. Some reminders. Faction of Corona, don't forget to mark your governor as corrupt, and don't forget to spend your 30 local taxes for provincial forces.
Okay.
Manus, don't forget to mark your governor as corrupt. Illyricum, and you've got 5 talents for local taxes. I can copy. Go ahead, Alex.
And don't forget to set your term marker 1 forward.
Good point. Yeah, I should add that. All governors increase your term marker by 1. So I'm actually going to, because there's an option where I can paste the results of that to the roll20 chat. So now in the roll20 chat, there should be a bunch of stuff that just appeared, and which is basically the exact same information that I was just showing you, but in roll20, in a roll20 friendly format. And since I did the details and there's 5 players, it's quite a bit of information, and I put a kind of a divider there of the little money bag icons to indicate that's the separator between. Any questions on that? All right.
So this is the revenue phase. One question. This is
we're in revenue. Oh,
so one.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because
Go ahead.
it shows that my senators would get 6. Let me check this. How does this come up? The 6. I do have 4 senators.
4 senators. Well, you have 3 regular senators, so 3, 1 for each, and 3 for your faction leader.
Yeah, okay, that's correct, right? Okay.
Yeah.
4 for
And
my
then you-
concession?
You rolled a 4 on the. Oh, you got 4 from the Sicilian grain.
There is no overall sum of all those. Interesting.
Up at the top
Ah,
is the revenue
okay,
summary.
sorry. There it is.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Mhm.
So it might be worthwhile though to put a summary in the details for the faction too. You think?
Maybe. I looked now on my faction and I didn't saw a summary. But
Yep.
yeah,
Up at,
I don't know. Maybe it
I'm
was
gonna s-
my stuff. I don't know.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Mhm.
All right. So, and this is where you can also allocate your money however you want. And those money tokens just outside your area, you can move them to where you want. You can,
What's the benefit of putting money on senators? Is it makes them harder to persuade, right?
a couple things. What I typically will tell people when I'm introducing them to the game is money on the personal treasury of a senator is more of an offensive oriented thing, and a defensive oriented is to put money in your faction treasury. Because that way, the faction treasury allows you to protect potentially all of your senators, depending on certain situations. Whereas if you put it on an individual senator, you're only protecting that one senator from persuasions. Also, putting money on the personal treasury, that's if you want to attract knights. That's one way you can influence that, is you can, attempt to bribe the knights, and knights give you additional votes and additional money in the future. Also, if you want to buy votes during the Senate phase, you can only use that money on your personal treasury. So, I mean, it's very much a strategy how you want to approach it. There's no right or wrong way of doing things. It depends on what it is you're planning to do. So, did that help?
Yeah. I'm just refreshing myself.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So what did I get? I got 6. And again, let me know if you guys run into that problem where you're trying to put something on top of a card and it's not letting you.
Thank you for your follow. Luna was here. There was a new follower on Twitch channel, so we have some viewer here. I guess. So
When the state should get 83, right?
Thank you. Yes. I'll take care of that. So that does factor in the money that, for legions that we have, and if there were unprosecuted wars or land bills or active wars, I guess is a better. So the state treasury goes up to 183 now. Got it. Unrest is still at 0. All right. Very good. Anybody still working on their revenue phase?
So I have done everything, right? I guess.
Well, you didn't give me the talents you said you were your reminder.
Right. How many what I want to get?
I'll-
0. You will
I'll
get
take
0 for me.
5 this turn. If you're
0.
so inclined.
No, I remember now. It was 0. It was 0.
It was 0. That was what
Yeah.
you put in your reminder.
Yes.
All right. Are we forum phase?
So
All right, so
one more. So it would benefit maybe the recording and the stream if we would have some form of rigid rigid order of talking. So if it's unless it is a point of order or a rules question, right? One should stick to let the other speak and wait until he's called, right?
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
We do our best on that.
Okay.
all right. So yeah, I'm the highest ranking officer, right? So I'll roll initiative
Right.
first, and that's 2d6 is 6.
6 was rolled. All right. So I got a question for you guys. There is so in the bottom right, you should see the deck. And truth be told, the deck feature in Roll20 is one of the things I find to be the most cumbersome. I mean, I don't know if that's the best word or not, but it can be kind of glitchy at times. So I guess we'll try it where players. Sometimes I played the game where I draw the cards for players, so it goes automatically to your hand. But let's try it where you can. So, Chris, before you so you see the deck in the bottom right.
Yeah.
All right. So hover your mouse over top of it. Don't click, but hover, and then drag it onto the board, and the card should be face down, so anywhere on the board. And then you should be able to do the take to your hand like we did before. Okay, so it appeared over in your play area, so now you should be able to take it to your hand. And I see you've got 4 cards now in your hand. So it's the tricky part is you want to hover first and then click and draw it off. And I think someone just, oh, okay, so you drew a war card.
Right.
All right. Lucky us.
And
The Jugurthine
Oh
War.
boy, oh boy.
All right.
Jugurthine
then,
War.
I will
Sorry.
attract a knight.
Maybe we should always state the war we draw, right?
Oh yeah, it's the
fine.
Jugurthine War.
Jugurthine War, yeah.
So let's see. What's his name? Asilius will attract a knight with, let's say, 2.
Okay.
That's a 1, so it fails.
All right.
And that's my turn.
No persuasion. Okay, my turn. I'm faction. This is Scott, faction of Luna. Rolling 2d6. I got a 5, which is not a 7. Drawing a card. Taking the card. One thing that I didn't point out, the faction cards all have a little red dot. I mean, they still have the typical red text, but they also have a red dot in their upper left. And that's meant to be maybe a little easier way to determine, okay, if it has a red dot, then it's one I keep during the form phase versus I have to play. I did not get a red dot, but I got something interesting. I got Pergamene Bequest. I plopped it in the forum.
Pergamene Bequest, okay.
I'll read it off here. What does it say?
Yeah.
The state gains 50 talents in the revenue phase if in the prior Senate phase the field council with 3 legions and 3 fleets are sent to retrieve it. A rebel council may keep the bequest.
Oh.
It creates the province of Asia at the start of the next forum phase if collected. Discard only if collected. It's fun. That's one that doesn't always come up. All right, I will attempt to attract the knight. I will spend 5 talents from Papilius. That's a guarantee. I'll roll just to satisfy the dice gods, but that's a guaranteed roll. So I'll deduct my money and then give myself a knight, and I am done with my forum phase. Go ahead, faction of Corona.
Okay, okay. First I have to roll, right?
Correct.
2d6.
Nope. Yep. Okay.
Sorry?
Not a 7, so it's
Yeah.
so hover your mouse over the deck, and then the card that slides up, grab that one and drag it to your area, and then right click, take to your hand.
Let me see. Yeah, it's not a keeper, so I have to get it out. And I will, let me, flip card. And it's Numantine War. Yeah. If Hispania Citerior is not yet a province, treat as inactive until the revolution phase in which it is. Attacks Hispania Citerior. We do have Hispania Citerior in play, actually, right?
Yes, it's one of
yeah.
the provinces we need to.
So it's active then, right? Or what?
It is. I think they both are.
Okay, that was my first action. Shit. Another war. Okay. So,
A strong start.
a strong start, right? Yeah. So I have the option to attract a knight here, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I will try to attract a knight. No, I will not try. I will do it for sure with Junius. This is 5 talents, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will
5 will guarantee it.
yeah, I will put this away, right? Give me one
Mhm.
knight.
You gonna do a persuasion attempt?
Is there anyone to persuade? Yeah, but they are all aligned. I will not try to do this now. Not yet.
Sponsor
So-
games, change your faction leader?
I could sponsor games with Claudius, right?
You could.
Yeah, I will. What is the minimum? 7, right?
7.
And what could I do anything with 9? it-
So I just displayed in the chat area a little table it's a table of links to the tables for the game.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
So I'm going to
Let me see.
bring up on
No.
the screen now the games table. So the costs are 7, 13, and 18.
But it has actually no effect yet for the state, right?
Other than correct, the unrest is at 0, so the only real benefit is it give you 1 popularity.
So not yet.
Per
Then I don't do it now. Okay, good. Can I how can I do the stuff here with my knight? If I want to take the knight on my card with the juniors.
Right now.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So I've done all my actions, right? Okay. So
Yep.
faction
All
of Corona out.
Faction of Aquila. Andy, roll 2d6, please.
86. Okay. Oh,
7.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
So we have a random event. Good start. Roll 3d6.
here we go.
It's a high number. 13. Random events.
13, okay.
Middle Republic 13
Barbarian
is
raids.
Barbarian raids.
No.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
What?
13 I thought was good enough for something positive. All right, give me a second. I'm going to bring the Barbarian Raids event onto the table. B.
Best start ever here.
Yeah, this is an exciting start. Maybe it's good to not be in a province.
Rome can take it. Rome can take it.
All right. So let me arrange some
shit.
stuff here. This has got a lot of text here.
Oh my gosh.
Here, I'll. At the start of the next revenue phase, the governor of each frontier province must make a raid roll of 2d6 plus military force of the province to avoid being overrun.
Ouch.
Wait. Sicilia is not a frontier province, right? Frontier province.
Right. This only affects the frontier provinces.
Illyricum is gonna get hit.
At the next revenue phase. Well, we're going to have to assign all of the existing provinces.
That's true. We have to, right?
All right. Yeah. So in the frontier provinces, those are correct me if I'm wrong, those are the ones that are underlined. Is that correct?
Let me see.
Yes.
And their name, and they also have white text. Is that correct?
Let me see.
They're underlined. That I'm pretty sure.
I think it's their underlined because Lyricum is.
For example, Sicilia is not underlined.
Correct.
Yeah.
It would
the
make
rules
sense,
verify
right?
that.
Yeah.
All right. So it's the underline. What's the provinces with the white text? I forget. You know, the name is white on the card. Do you remember what that is? Anybody? right.
Develops or undevelops or no?
No, that's where you flip them.
That's a side green, right? But
Yeah.
I don't know what's why. I don't know what is
Okay.
this about.
I forget if that has any special meaning or not. All right, strong start there, Aquila. Do you want to attract the knight?
Yes, I think we'll go for that. I've got the. I'll spend 5 to do it.
All right, so then you
get
can.
that. So it's
It must be with
automatic.
Julius, right? Okay.
With Julius, sorry, I should have stated that. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So you have the option, just so you know, with those little money tokens, you can either just slide it off the board if you want, or you can set it to a value of 0. I think that's an option in the values.
Yes, that's true.
Whichever
That's
you
true.
prefer.
Yeah.
Setting it at 0 means you can kind of just leave the token there if you want for future reference.
Yeah.
All right, give yourself a knight and an extra knight.
Now, where are the knights?
The knights, I'm just using use the same single digit number or tokens
Oh yeah.
for those.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
I did not create separate tokens for knights.
Okay. Thank you.
And then you can right click. Do you want to, you can't sponsor games, you don't have enough money. Do you want to change your faction leader?
Yeah, I'm going to change faction leader to Julius, please.
All right, very good.
Okay.
All right. Faction of Solus, Eric. Roll 2d6.
Here we go.
No whammies. All right, not a 7. So
Only barely.
hover over the deck, and then that card that comes slides up. Grab that one and drag it over to your area, and then right click to take to hand.
Okay, I have a card that's just for me, so I'm gonna keep that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'll attract a knight with Servilius. With 2 talents.
2 talents. Oh,
Okay, good.
nothing.
And I guess that's it.
You can leave it there with putting it on 0 if you want to.
That's a good
If you
idea.
want, that's totally up to you how you want to do it.
Yeah, you can do
All
it either way.
right. Anything else? I think you said that was it.
That's it, I think.
All right. So we have all had our initiative. So now we start the bidding on the 6th and final initiative. It starts with the highest ranking official. That would be Faction of Manus.
I will bid 3 on the initiative.
I can't outbid that, so a pass. Faction of Corona.
Let me see. So, there is a 5. Okay. Pardon me. What happens if there is an if I'm betting 5 here and the next one has only 5? What happens? I don't.
You have to exceed the value of previous bids. So you can guarantee it by bidding 5 right now.
Okay. I will bid 5.
Or no, Eric could outbid.
What? Sorry?
It goes around. Eric has 5.
Yeah, and my question was, what would happen if he bids 5? Would he get it then? No.
No, it would if
You have to.
if Corona Alex builds 5, Eric would need to bid 6.
So first come, first
Can they not
serve.
combine treasuries for this?
What was the question?
Can they not combine treasuries on this bidding?
They cannot. It has to come from a single senator.
All right, okay.
Yeah, that's the point, right? One has to take all the money on one senator. Yeah. So I will bid 5 here for it.
Right.
I will get it,
So, yep. Subtract the money from
right? Yeah.
whoever that is. Claudius.
Man.
And then roll 2d6.
2d6, where is it? Okay. A 2.
Snake eyes. All right. Excellent.
Oh, it's a keeper. Sorry, guys, but it's a keeper. Attracting a knight, right? I tried with
Correct.
4 talents. I try to attract a knight here. So I get to take it on 0, 1d6 with 4. Oh, okay. So 1 knight, right?
Correct.
I would have got it anyway, but whatever.
Do you want to change your or actually persuasion attempts technically?
Technically, but there's nothing which I can get right now.
Gotcha. So change your faction leader?
No, I would like to get your help in order to get my knight on my card again. Sorry. Here.
So what's it worth to you? Try it now.
Thank you, sir. And a faction of Corona out. Okay.
All right. All right, very good. That, I believe, is the end of the forum phase. And please keep me honest. If there's anything I'm forgetting, let me know. Likewise, if there's interpretations of the rules and you disagree, then please speak up. I think we need to do the population phase. That's where our glorious Rome Council needs to make a speech, a 3d6 roll.
All right. So I would
10
say,
was rolled.
10.
And that's not the right thing. So this is the state of the Republic. 10 is +1 to
+1.
unrest. So I'll take care of that.
All right. And
I
now
don't-
we're in the Senate phase.
Correct.
So, who wants to make some deals with me?
Who wants to
Um,
make some deals? Well, I'm always willing to make a deal.
Let's say so we've got the Pontifex Maximus.
So Manus
got
is
the,
speaking, right?
Manus speaking,
Manus
on
is
the
speaking.
console.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got every title to give out now. So anybody want to be like Pontifex Maximus or something?
First, we have to. Sorry that I interrupt you, but there's an order, right? We cannot.
Yeah, we have to do new councils
Right.
first.
Yeah, but we can make like deals, like
Yes.
like
So
signed titles.
Okay.
Yeah,
if
So
you're,
okay.
he's thinking ahead.
Sorry.
right. Like before I make a console, like I can offer like other titles and stuff, like to form a coalition. So what are the vote counts? Do we have them?
That's a good question. We should tally up our votes, and we should update in the forum area. Good point. So votes,
Yeah.
as a reminder, is your oratory, combined oratory of all your senators, plus the combined number of knights.
Sorry. The combined number of senators in Rome, right? So
Correct.
so-
Senators in Rome. Good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. So I have 8. Where are we tallying this?
So
we
good
just-
question. Down in the forum, and I'm going to shift the screen to this
Right, I
area. Update the little white numbers. That way it's all right there on the screen.
And don't forget to add your knights, right? I would say.
Correct.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, but why I am lagging behind you with votes?
In votes, because
Yeah.
you have a governor.
Shit, man. I don't want.
Dying governors were useful.
Yeah, my governor is useful, but I want it all, right? I want votes, I want
You want
money.
votes and money and
So sorry.
So, let's say, how about Alex and Andy? You want to form a government here?
You have always to state the. Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh wait, what do you say?
No, you're
Go ahead.
correct. Faction of Corona, right? Or Alex, yeah.
Yeah, Corona and Aquila. Yeah.
And
So we can assign so Rome console. I mean, so the two consoles we can say like you want to do like Furious and one of your guys. I don't know. Does anybody want anything? Like, there's a lot of stuff to give out here.
yes, I would. I want to participate in to fulfill my duties to the Republic.
Right.
Yeah,
Aquila's interested in doing a deal. Aquila's interested in being party to an alliance.
So
how many votes
Yes.
would we have?
we have enough to outvote, I think, right? It's 28 to 23 of the Luna and Eric and Solus combined is 23. So the three of us can form a government, and I think we're the losing factions, so that makes the most sense to form our coalition from that.
Okay.
Right, I think Solus and Luna are ahead. So yeah, I can. My guy here, Furious, and somebody else wants to be consul. Like, what do we want there?
You can use as a reminder in the bottom left of the forum area, right there, those nominee tokens. What those are for is meant so it make it easier for you to indicate which senators you're nominating for, in this case, consuls.
Okay, so this
like
isn't.
Are we proposing to fight some wars and stuff? Do we need military guys or what?
Yeah, we should have military guys, but we also need a military guy to. I think we should recall my guy from Illyricum because he's horrible at military, and send a guy out there. I don't know, for the barbarian raids. So that'd be a governor though. But yeah. So this isn't a nomination, but like let's say Furious. And do any of you have a good military guy? We could make Julius a consul, I guess.
Julius could go for field consul.
Right.
He's military level 4
Yeah.
of Aquila.
And then for other titles, we can give So we can just like assign everything now in a binding agreement, and then we can like hand it out later. If you guys want.
What? No.
We can like
can be vetoed. Remember.
Right. But we can like decide and everything just in advance. Before like we nominate consuls or anything.
So I would probably be interested in getting one of my guys to be censor or Pontifex Maximus.
Well, yeah, you can't be censor this turn, right? Because of the private consul.
There's only one guy. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I've been looking for Pontifex Maximus.
Wait a minute. Sorry, guys, but
wait. Shouldn't Alex get? Yeah, Pontiff. Or go ahead, Alex.
I wanted to remind you that there is always the option to make the guy who is the only prior consul, to make him the Pontifex Maximus, so he cannot be censor, because we vote on Pontifex Maximus before we vote on censor.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So that's an option. I only wanted to remind you on that.
Yeah, it's a good remind.
Yeah, but I kind of want to be censor,
You want to be censor and
Of course
Rome
you
consul or what?
What?
You want to get
take
2 offices.
Well, I mean, I'm not like voting myself to be censor. I'm just becoming censor, by like natural right or something. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anybody want to be okay? So the Pontiff though, like, Corona, do you want the Pontifex Maximus?
No, I want to know what would be the deal. So I want to know what's the package. So who would get what?
So we've got 4 governorships as well. Okay, so we can give those out to ourselves as well if we want, or we can give them to other people.
Yes, that's true. But how would the offices? What's your proposal on distributing the offices?
Well, does anybody want the Pontifex Maximus? Because like that's not always good to have.
I'm keen to have the Pontifex Maximus. I'm a religious and devout fellow. I understand the sanctity of the gods.
And then, do we want to give in that case maybe? Wait, no. So Picius is an elder, so we can't have him lead an army.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm thinking of how to give the consuls out if Aquila is getting the priesthood.
But Julius is a good military leader from Aquila, so he's in a good place to be field consul.
Junius is a good who?
Julius is Aquila.
Yeah, but you would get 2 major offices.
Correct.
Yeah,
correct. Okay. Correct. And the other guy would get Rome consul and censor.
Okay, so Alex, you want all the governorships or something? I don't know.
Hey
like, is
guys,
there
I
anything you
want at least one major office sharing with you. That's
All right, we'll make him the Pontifex Maximus then.
I don't
All
know
right.
about that. I don't know about that. The
The
thing.
veto stuff. That's
What?
pretty powerful.
Hmm?
The veto.
Yeah, it's powerful, but so
So what are you looking for, Alex?
Yeah.
What's Corona looking for as an office? What can you do? What do you want?
one of the consuls. So a consul would be nice.
So you're looking for a Rome consul, are you?
We cannot decide on this before. We could if there is a mutual agreement that we would.
Yeah, right.
But we
that's
cannot.
what
The
we're-
thing is, we cannot make a binding agreement on this. A
Yeah, we
public
can.
binding agreement cannot be made upon this issue: who gets to be home consul or who gets to be field consul.
Yeah.
We can propose it, and we know
the
that
al-
it
the
will get
allocation.
through other than a veto.
Right.
So, but we can
this-
propose guys to be consuls. So,
The allocation of who is Rome and who is field consul was not binding. Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Yeah.
but we can make some proposals concerning if one of my guys get to be field consul, what happens then in the voting phase? For example, will he get to get the pergamene bequest? Right? We could make deals about that.
But the pergamene bequest goes to the state, though.
But the field consul has to retrieve it first.
Right.
And that's the question. I would like to implement this as a public binding agreement if you are going to how we handle this situation.
Are we making you a consul though? Oh wait, okay.
You have to propose it in the end, right?
That's a good idea actually. Are you saying that we could make like Andy only the Pontifex Maximus, and like give like Claudius field consul or something?
The thing is, a faction of Aquila, so Andy, wanted to be a Pontifex Maximus,
right?
And he wanted to be field consul, and I said, "Oh, please, let's share some offices here because."
No problem with that. It's just the other part of the conversation was: do we want to fight a war? If so, we want someone who has military clout. I happen to have someone who's got a decent military clout.
Okay. Let's discuss one more question. Do we have the possibility to activate a dictator?
No, we don't.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, it's just like 2 minor wars, I think. But I think we should fight both wars.
I'm happy to stand as Pontifex Maximus if it clears the way to an agreement.
Yeah, I mean these are small wars, so like military is not too important, I don't think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We could just have some rando leading them. So we can make Aquila one of your guys, Pontifex Maximus, I guess.
So, do you want my opinion on this issue?
Yeah.
I will not vote on distributing any offices with you both if we not send the field consul to get the pergamene bequest. I don't know who will get this.
Why are we doing that though? Shouldn't we fight the wars here? We've got two wars going on.
The situation is not that dire. And we could also send the Rome consul, if necessary, in the end.
So, if I may,
yeah.
While this intriguing discussion is going on,
so which faction?
Achilles,
which faction
Rome
is talking?
This is a good point. This is the faction of Luna.
Okay, Luna.
Just the making an observation as the Rome Council is holding court. He's busy and doesn't notice someone sneaking up behind him.
What's going on here? This early in the game.
They don't like the dialogue.
I'm playing an assassin card.
But who is playing it? Sorry, who is doing this?
Faction of Luna is playing an assassin card.
And which senator?
And
okay.
Rumor has it that it's Plautius of Luna.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. As this is wait, no, never mind. No, go ahead. Sorry.
All right.
Continue.
So this is a +1 to the die roll because of the assassin card. He's attempting to assassinate the Rome Council. And I'm going to roll 1d6, add 1 to it. Roll the 1, +1 is a 2.
Which is
Assassin is caught
lovely.
and executed.
Why was he automatically executed now? Okay, is it
Assassin is always
okay?
executed.
Assassin's always
But
executed.
court
Actually,
means
they get tried.
that now a major prosecution is immediately upon Popilius, right?
Not immediately, but yes. I don't
When
think
there's
it's
a censor.
immediately.
Or
When we get a censor.
right.
Oh, this
I
is an
think it might
interesting
be an
one.
immediate prosecution, actually.
Oh,
All right. Punishment. So this is rule 1.09.74. A caught assassin is killed. In addition, his faction leader loses 5 influence, and he is in Rome. Is the subject of a special major prosecution in which he must make a popular appeal. However, instead of modifying the popular appeal by his own popularity, he must subtract the popularity of the target senator. So it's the question about when is it done? His faction leader loses an immediate special major prosecution, yes.
Right. Because it could happen
All
after the prosecution
Right.
phase.
All right,
And
so
that
first-
was the last time also the case with Cyprien, and then was the question: we have no censor, who is prosecuting
Yeah.
him, right?
exactly. Who's the prosecuting?
And-
Yeah.
I don't think there is. Is there a prosecutor in special prosecutions? Or wait, yeah.
good
We are playing
question.
with advanced rules, right? Or what?
Maybe we say that the highest ranking or the victim or highest ranking officer chooses. I don't know.
Do not let us get with maybe. Let's state some
Yeah.
rules.
He must make a popular appeal. Okay. He must subtract the popularity of the target center. So if the target had negative popularity, okay, no. The censor is the presiding magistrate for a special major prosecution, even if he is the accused faction leader. If there is no censor, the current
It's
presiding
me.
magistrate runs the vote.
Wow. Okay.
Prosecutor is not selected for this special major prosecution. Influence of the accused is counted as normal. A special major prosecution only temporarily suspends the current proposal. The proposal continues after the prosecution is resolved. If possible, if the faction leader is found guilty, he is killed, and any family card belonging to the faction leader goes to the bottom of the curia. All right, so this was not a great move. If guilty, in addition to his own death, a number of mortality is equal to the target's popularity, which, if positive, so faction leader is automatically killed, and any family card belonging to the faction goes to the bottom of the curia. There is no special major prosecution chits. All right, so
All right.
we are in the special major prosecution phase. Presiding magistrate is faction of Manus, Achilles.
So for prosecutions, we
Could you-
Yeah, there's automatic popular appeal, right?
Yeah. Could we please
Yes.
make it that way that both sides do make a statement? So, for example, the prosecuting here, the presiding magistrate, does a speech, and so Luna gets to make a speech. So we have speeches in the prosecution.
Right.
So do we use the advocates rule for this?
No, it's not
There's no
allowed here in
prosecutor,
this, right?
so
Okay. No.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah.
You have to be
Okay.
Popilius has to be his own advocate, and Acilius has to be the prosecutor because he's the presiding
There's
magistrate.
no prosecutor. It says
Yeah, there is no prosecutor technically. Yes, that's true.
Okay.
wait,
But-
but so does my oratory count? The victim? Is that what you're saying?
Your oratory counts for votes but not
we have to,
in the popular appeal.
so does the Rome consul elect a prosecutor?
No,
Or he is
no.
the
There's
prosecutor?
no prosecutor.
There is no
okay.
prosecutor. There is no prosecutor.
Okay.
But does that mean there's no advocate as well?
There
For
is no
trial votes?
advocate. There is no advocate in
Okay.
this sense. Yeah, in the sense of the advanced
Alright.
rules. Yeah. But I was talking
Um,
about who's making the speeches for the sides, right? So
So that would be Manus
yeah, faction
or
of
Achilles of
Manus.
Manus would
Of
make the
Manus? Yeah.
typically the defendants would speak afterwards, I think, would
Yeah,
speak
here's
second.
the defense would always have the last word, right? On this.
I think that's typically, at least in the States, that's the way it is.
So should we do this, right?
what do you say?
So
He wants you to make a speech, Chris.
All right, like an actual speech right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a blatant attempt to disrupt our coalition here. So this person should be put to death, obviously. And I'm trusting that Corona and Aquila will vote in favor of the prosecution here. That's all I have to say. Yeah, Luna, you can make
All
your
right. Papilius, the faction leader of Luna, is the defendant here. So he steps forward and says, frankly, I cannot justify the actions of Plautius. He acted on his own will, or at his own will. He was a young senator. If you recall, his predecessor recently passed while in the provinces, so he was perhaps a little too hot-blooded. So I sincerely apologize to the glorious Rome Council for the transgressions that were brought against him, and looking to the factions of Corona and Aquila, I can assure you that should any monies gained by the armaments concession this turn, that a portion of them will be donated to the cause of your choosing, the temple of your choosing.
Okay.
Likewise for faction of Solus. If you vote not guilty on this proposal or this prosecution, then I can assure you that a portion of the armaments concession monies gained this Senate phase will be donated to the temple of your choice.
Also, should any of you choose to vote against the prosecution, I might be inclined to form a government with one of the other factions. Just wanted to put that out there as well.
So if all three of you vote, then he's forced to vote not guilty. Then he's forced to still pick one of you. So that was my speech. So presiding magistrate determines the voting order.
Right. So we will start with. Oh, you have to make a popular appeal, though, right?
Good point. Yes, I do.
yes.
I have popularity of 0. The
One moment.
target has a popularity of 0. Go ahead.
Your influence was decreased by how much? Sorry.
By 5, I have only 3 influence, so it can't go below 0.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Good.
Popular appeal. This is a 2d6, no modifiers, rolling now. 7, I think, is no effect. Yeah, no change. So it's just straight up dice rolls. Or not dice rolls, straight up votes.
Okay, straight up votes. Mm-hmm.
And are there still trial votes here, though?
What
Yeah,
did you ask?
this is like a normal prosecution. Each faction votes.
Right.
Popular appeal will not modify that. I did update my votes with the loss of my senator.
Right. So we will have a Luna vote first.
Luna votes not guilty.
All right. And then let's say Corona votes for next.
Faction of Corona votes. Let me see. Not guilty.
Wow. All right. Let's say Aquila, or yeah, sure. Go ahead, Aquila, vote.
That's you, Andy.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that guilty? Is that what that is?
Guilty. Sorry, it should be guilty. Yeah.
All right.
Solus, this is your chance to join our coalition if you want. So you can vote next.
So before you vote, I'm going to send you a message there, faction of Solus.
I need to think.
Right. So we'll kick Alex out of our government if you vote guilty.
I do have one question. Was this already 2, 4, 3? Yeah, okay, that's okay. I was asking myself if Luna faction did already adjust their voting, but the
Yes,
votes
I did.
are adjusted.
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. The Solus faction believes that it was just an accident, so we're gonna go to not guilty here.
All right. Well, I vote guilty, but I don't think it matters. Yeah. That's that, and then trial votes. But
Those were the trial votes.
oh wait, there's no like
There's no-
by trial votes I mean the roll. There's no roll, right?
Yeah, there's no advocate
Okay.
trial in that sense.
All right. So not guilty then. Now we move on to what we were doing earlier, and Alex, you're still in the gang. So what we were saying, we could make let's say who were we saying for consuls? It's Julius. Or wait, no. We're gonna make one of Alex's guys a consul, right? And then make who do you want, Andy, as your Pontifex Maximus?
Calpurnicus.
Copernicus.
Calpurnius, yeah.
All right. So we'll say those. We will vote in favor of both of those resolutions. All three of us. Right, are going to agree to that. Binding.
Yeah.
But wait a
Alright.
minute.
It has to be voted on, though.
But you didn't nominate
Yeah,
any of one of my guys as a consul.
I did. I said Claudius, right?
Yeah, so Claudius, is it this one?
So let's
Yeah,
put
Claudius.
up these, nominee.
This isn't official yet. We have to agree.
Oh, okay. You're just talking this through right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would.
So I'm saying these two guys here who have the nominee marker as consuls. We're gonna make Copernicus Pontifex Maximus, and we can assign the governors like as we see fit, I guess.
But let's go through it. So who would be nominated as Claudius would be nominated as consul? Who of your guys?
The guy with the nominee marker. It's Furious.
So he would be nominated also consul. Then who would be nominated as Pontifex?
It's Copernicus down here.
Calpurni. So
And-
there is a
and I-
censor left, right? And who would
Right.
get this?
Well, that would go to the only person
So,
qualified to hold the
effectively,
office.
you would get two major offices, right?
Yes.
And what would we get for as compensation that you will get two
I
major
can give you
offices?
some governorships. You want governorships?
I don't know. There are barbarian raids incoming. It's
Yeah, but I could give you Sardinia. Sardinia. You want that?
What? Sardinia?
All right.
Okay.
Actually, I have something Eric might want, so I could always go with him.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about it.
Right, Andy, what are you thinking of this deal? Are you agreeing with Alex?
It does seem heavily weighted towards your side at this point. I would certainly not be looking for governorships, let's put it that way.
So what do you want then?
Well, I'm happy with Pontifex Maximus at this stage in the proceedings.
Okay. Or what we could do, okay, I'm willing to give up censor. We can make my guy the pontiff. I guess if you want to be censor, Andy, or if Alex, you want to be censor, and we switch the consul to Andy.
No, I'm happy with Pontifex Maximus.
Okay, so you.
I don't
Alright.
need to be a consul, and I don't need to be a governor.
No, I said censor.
Yeah, but then the problem would then come back to me that I'd have 2 offices, so that would be problematic from Corona's viewpoint, I think.
You having a consul
Well,
and
they're-
you having a pontifex. So the
And
censor
consul.
would be going
And the censor, sorry.
to Manus,
So
right?
I would be consul and pontiff, and one of you will be censor and one of you will be consul, right? Because that's the only way to prevent me from being censor, to give me a pontiff.
Yeah,
Pontifex Maximus.
or you would get only the censorship, for example. That's also a possibility.
Yes,
Hmm.
but like, who would I even prosecute? I don't know.
Isn't it true that the censor can only be a prior consul? So isn't the only candidate Acilius, or is the first term is that
There's like a
special?
technicality you can appoint.
Okay.
The Pontifex Maximus, you can make the only prior consul can be made the Pontifex Maximus, and if they're not eligible, then you can just appoint anybody.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, if there's no senator with a prior council marker who's not holding another office except censor, then it goes to any senator in Rome who's not holding an office become eligible for censor. So it's a cute little trick in the first turn that you can do to open up the censorship.
Okay, I would be willing to give you 2 major offices if you would implement the following deal as a public binding agreement. If I get to be field consul, I will be sent to retrieve the Pergamon bequest with my field
Alright.
consul.
So okay, that sounds good.
I suspect he's planning civil war.
That would not be wise.
Yeah, he can't like do like. What could he do with that? Because
Well, you could send him with the bare minimum of 3 legions and 3 fleets, which is what you have to send anyways. So
yeah, why wouldn't we just do that and then he can't do anything? That's what I'm thinking. Right? How could he do a civil war from that? Right?
True.
Wait, I haven't played the Middle Republic much. Is there a way you can like exploit this somehow?
well, he could march. Well, he would not be a victorious commander, so he couldn't march on Rome with the forces, the legions.
You could revolt from Sicily, right?
He could revolt from Sicily. That's what it would be. Would be the
50
foundation of.
talents. Yeah,
He'd have a boatload of cash.
that'd be pretty
so
deadly.
What he might be thinking is he could, because I think you can move the money from your rebelling governor. He might be looking at doing this and kind of sacrificing a couple senators for a ton of money.
Wait, but the money can't be transferred between his like loyal and rebellious senators, right?
That we would need to clarify in the rules.
I'm pretty sure.
Rebel council may keep the bequest, so he could not keep the Pergamene bequest.
Wait.
Because he can't march on Rome. Well, I guess he could. If
I think
the governor rebels, and he could join, the governor would be the primary rebel.
Solution is just to recall him from Sicily, so he can't rebel from that.
That's an option, yeah.
Alex, are you willing to do that, or do you want to keep the bequest and Sicily?
You want me to leave Sicily and give it someone? No. Why should I leave Sicily? It's a good province.
I still don't see how we could get enough military to make a meaningful like impact.
What?
with the bequest. Because
So,
like it
pardon
can't
me,
be
what did you say?
transferred. I'm saying I still don't see how you could like betray us, like, and benefit from it.
Yeah, good.
Because
So,
like the money can't be transferred to loyal senators, right? And they're all put to death when the rebellion is defeated. So there's like no way to get the money, right? Am I missing something?
Double checking.
I think if his consul revolts and then Fulvius, the governor of Sicily, also joins the revolt, then he'll have 50 talents. He'll also have 30 talents from Sicily. He could probably raise like 8 troops or fleets or something. Could be a real menace. I think that's how the game works.
You can raise 5 troops with the 50, and then
Also 30 from Sicily.
yeah. So I mean 3. So that'd be 8 legions, right? Well, plus the 3 that are already there, so 11 legions.
It would
I don't-
it would not be nothing. It would be a difficult war.
Also, he'd have to bribe the legions that he has, those 3. So
Oh.
he'd lose out on 1 legion. So it'd be like 10 legions, I guess. Yeah, but we can recruit 18 legions, right? And we have 3 already.
We
We
have
can
6
recruit
we do
one.
have 6 legions.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, 6, that's what I meant. Yeah. And we can recruit them in a response in like the next Senate phase, right? So there's like no way that. I say we just do it. I don't know.
I default to the wisdom of the Rome Council.
Andy, you want to make the deal?
I'm happy to make the deal
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll give
on the basis of me being Pontifex Maximus.
right. So we'll make
Copernicus.
yeah, Calpurnicus, Pontiff. Then we'll make the 2 guys who have the nominee markers consul, and we will send Claudius, who should be the field consul, assuming we honor our agreement, to get the Pergamene bequest, and we will. Yeah, that's the full extent of the deal.
Sorry, I
Right.
have to clarify it. So, whoever in my faction gets to be field council, if someone in my faction gets to be field council, this guy will be
Right,
sent.
right.
Not.
Okay, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
So if
depending on
somebody vetoes this,
Claudius. So
we can make
if
somebody else.
if
field
a
consul.
veto is
Yeah.
coming from you sneaky guys against Claudius
Right,
being this
right, right.
consul, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, and nobody in the faction will veto this, but I mean, nobody in the coalition is going to veto this. That's another part of the deal. Right. You're voting for it, and you're not vetoing it. Right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So
So-
I think we have a deal, right?
A public binding agreement? Do we have a public binding agreement, guys?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
All right. So we will start the voting on the first proposal, which is the consuls. So we will start with how about Luna votes first?
The consuls nominated, are those marked by the nominee markers? Is that right?
Yes.
Faction of Luna, feeling recompense at the previous issue, which shall not be mentioned, votes yes in honor of and glory to the Rome Council. So
All right. Then we'll vote with Solus next.
It'll just vote yes as well.
Right. And then Corona.
I'm voting yes. Faction of
Aquila.
Corona votes yes.
Well, I will
Aquila.
vote yes.
All right, and I will
Will
vote
vote
yes as
yes.
well. All right, so we have the consuls decided. So now we elect the field consul. So Alex, I will let you be field consul if that's what you still want.
Okay.
All right.
let you
Cool.
be field council. That's very generous of him.
I mean, I could have like disagreed. That's all I was saying. And then, with regard to the next proposal, I propose that Calpurnicus be made Pontifex Maximus, starting the vote with Luna,
Luna votes yes.
then Solus. Solus.
Yes, I'm gonna vote yes.
And Corona,
I'm voting yes.
Aquila.
Aquila's voting yes.
Yeah, sorry,
vote yes
Corona
as
was
well.
voting yes.
All right.
Then the censor is an automatic appointment. And what's next? It's
So
prosecutions.
let's
Oh.
do the bookkeeping for each of the. So the councils each get 5 additional
Yeah.
influence.
Sorry.
The presiding magistrate now becomes, is that Furious? Is that who that was? Yeah, Furious is still the same Manus faction. The pontiff gets 5 influence. As a reminder, for the newly elected council, Pontifex Maximus, you get 1 veto per turn, per Senate phase, excuse me. And you can appoint or reappoint a priest each Senate phase. You just basically pick any senator you want. The benefits of, in addition to what I've already said, the Pontifex Maximus gets additional votes. Basically, he gets what his current votes are. So the pontiff has an oratory of 2 and no knights. So he gets 2 additional votes on proposals. They're typically called battle proposals, or basically when you're sending a commander off to fight a war or recalling a commander. And I think also if you're reinforcing, but we'd have to double check that to be sure. So what I typically like to do to indicate the additional votes you get, Andy, is I'm going to put up next to your faction in the vote area, I'm going to put a 2 because that's the additional votes you get for the pontiff. Priests also get 1 influence and 1 of these battle votes.
Okay.
So
Good. Yep. Thank you.
sorry, return the floor back to the Rump Council.
So we're moving into prosecutions now. So I see there are 3 senators eligible for prosecutions. So Solus, you want to pay a bribe to me?
Sure. How much do you want?
Let's see, how about 5 talents to not be prosecuted?
How about 3?
The
I know.
a member of faction Luna will discreetly step over towards and discuss with the factions of Aquila and Corona that I have never seen a censor so brazenly ask for bribes, right there in front of everyone to see.
I have to admit that this greediness and this corruption in office is shocking.
What happened to our morals?
Not what Aquila was expecting to see.
All right. So yeah, 5 talents is my offer. And you're eligible for 2 prosecutions, just a reminder.
Solus will reject these demands and will trust in the Senate to support their cause.
So, do I have any support from my Does anybody support my prosecution of Solus, or will this just be a prosecution here?
What was your question exactly? Sorry.
Is anybody gonna support me if I prosecute? Like, I mean, it's just hurting some people with no consequences.
The faction of Luna does not reply.
All right. Andy and Alex, yes or no? Prosecution?
What is the offer? What's up here? I don't know. You are only asking
Ask
me.
me if you're going to vote yes.
So how
on the
it stands?
prosecution.
How it stands? It's like this. You wanted to get rich, very rich by this, by getting 5 talents for yourself, only for yourself, by using this office, right?
Okay, but like, look at it now from like, okay, so I didn't get the bribe now, and so now you're being given the opportunity to just hurt a rival, you know, at no cost to yourself.
Not hurt a rival, make an enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nobody's gonna like say anything in advance. So I'll just
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume you're all gonna vote no then.
Let's see what happens.
So I will declare no prosecutions at this time in that case. And we will move on to the governors. And I actually forgot to take the major marker on my guy. That's my bad. So the governors will be who wants a governorship? This is open to anybody.
Actually,
Anyone?
the governorships don't look that good because there is a barbarian raids active, right?
Right.
Can we leave these provinces open, or do we have to fill them?
We have to fill
to
them.
be filled.
We have to
Oh
fill them.
my!
There's
Oh,
no
geez.
there's no way around it.
You can
I
give it
would
to them, but
if you may the faction of Corona and his leader Claudius speak,
yeah.
I would advise the Senate to let those fight who are more experienced, like Cornelius, right? For example, of the faction Solis. He has 4 military. Maybe he would be helpful in the provinces.
Yeah. And Fabius up here.
Oh, jeez.
We do have one peaceful province, so we can give it to one of our friends, you know. Sardinia.
I'll volunteer.
actually-
I'll volunteer
go ahead.
Cornelius for Cisalpine Gaul, or faction Solus. Will nominate that.
All
Send him
right.
as-
Okay.
Well, if
And,
we're looking at pure military skill, excuse me, Julius of Aquila is also renowned as a military commander. Julius.
Okay. And did you want him sent off to a province?
Yeah, you could send him to Sardinia.
Okay. Well, that's not helping.
But he likes the sun. It's he doesn't want to be in Spain and all that sort of
all
stuff.
right. I say that
I guess so.
what if the old coalition just like gang together again to give our enemies all these like annoying provinces?
I wouldn't be disinclined to an agreement of that order.
So Cornelius,
But
Aurelius,
I
and
would choose other words, right? Let the more competent senators deal
yes,
with this
of course,
issue.
yeah.
So, what are these words? Enemies and so on, man. So
I say we give Cisalpine Gaul. That's the best one. So since Luna has only one military guy, I say we give that to Fabius. And by the way, this isn't a proposal. I'm like bouncing ideas off people here. We can give then the 2 Hispania provinces to Quinctius and Aelius of not those guys. Cornelius and Servilius of Solus.
So you guys know I'm putting some pieces on the board that will hopefully assist us in this.
Okay.
So notice how there's a nominee with different colors. So if we use the different colors and you match up the corresponding color
That's
with
great.
the different provinces,
That's great.
that way it'll make it a little easier to say who's going where.
So, faction of Manus, could you use this, please, and indicate who gets what?
Right. Okay. So this is my proposal, which is not on the floor yet. It'll be proposed as a single ticket,
Yes.
just so you know, to make it easier. Wait. Hold on. No, that's the wrong color. I need to do this color. And then who should get Sardinia? Some rando.
Aquila, a faction of Aquila said he wanted to get it, or what?
He does okay.
But
Alright,
I
so
don't
Julius
know.
will get
I don't know what senator he would prefer to go there.
or
Faction of
Aquila, you
Aquila.
want Sardinia, Andy.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll put it under Elias.
Elias. All right.
Okay.
So we have that proposal. Alex and Andy, you agree to this?
Yes. Faction of
Alright.
Corona would agree to this proposal.
Aquila agrees.
All right. So now we'll commence voting, beginning with Luna.
Why am I always voting first?
Well, I mean, actually, I should have started with Silas, but
I guess
Okay.
I guess because you are one of the more senior senators here.
I will respectfully abstain.
I will vote no, but okay.
Corona votes next.
Yes. I'm voting next here.
And then Aquila votes next.
Aquila votes yes.
And I will vote yes as well. The motion passes.
Passes indeed. All right.
Yeah, but everybody take your governorships, I guess.
So we can slide those nominee things off to the left just to keep them around.
Yes.
Governor's immediately sent away.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Let's. I have a motion. Let's salute our senators and let us follow them to the gates, and we make a great ceremony to congratulate them to their new offices. And
I think I grabbed the right one. I may have grabbed those nominee things off a little too quick.
That's the right one, yeah.
We'll pray that they don't die and they'll come back home safe.
that's true. We should also make sacrifices.
There was another governor for Solus. Who was
Yeah.
it?
I'm this guy here.
Oh, okay. Oh.
But while marching
Yes.
through the gates, we will applaud them, right? And salute them.
Naturally.
Yeah. For
So
Rome.
the new governors make sure you mark your term as a 1. We count up. All right. So we have filled the vacant provinces.
Right. So now we have the
Update your votes for those who just got elected governor. It only consists of those in Rome.
Yeah, now you have to adjust your votes.
all right, we should raise military forces as our next order of business after this is all done.
So everyone has adjusted his votes, right?
I've adjusted mine.
Aquila's adjusted.
Faction
Oratory
Manus.
plus what?
Did you adjust your votes already?
It's
You
oratory
should have-
plus 9.
Ah,
Four
no,
votes.
it's sorry, it's Solus. Sorry. Yeah,
Solus should have 4 votes.
yeah, it's
Aquila
correct.
should have 2, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. And also Aquila, like before we do the war voting, you can like assign a priest,
Yeah.
for that if you want.
Okay. Well, I think the gods should go with me when I go on my travels across the water. So I think I will this time nominate or in fact, elect to the priesthood Elias in this instance.
Needs to be someone in Rome.
Yeah, he needs to be in Rome. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry to be nitpicky.
No, that's perfectly fair and just. In which case, it will be my friend Quintilius, who will
Yeah,
be.
it also wouldn't have benefited you if you made
Yeah.
him the
True.
priest.
I wouldn't get the extra vote because it'd be out. Yeah, of course it would. Yeah. Got you.
Also, one thing I want to point out, Aquila, Andy. So your Pontifex Maximus gained 5 influence for the office, but he already had 2.
Oh yeah, so you should go
So
to
he
7.
should go to
Yeah.
7.
Just
Got
noticing
you.
that too. Yeah.
I'll adjust. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Good
Nope,
catch.
The
no
priest should
problem.
have 2 now. 2 influence.
Yep, and your priest goes to 2 influence, and then you get
Yeah.
another battle vote. I'll get that for you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
And so, so we need 5 fleets if we want to fight a war and go to the bequest as well. So,
That's true. I would guess.
5 fleets and 13 legions, I guess, as a proposal. So that's my proposal. Everyone cool with it?
So
Where are we with the allocation of monies raised from armaments and
Oh,
how they will
right.
be?
The armaments. Right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Should we raise less then?
Well, I'd like to know where the money might be going because obviously it's going to be a significant haul,
Yeah.
potentially personal gain. And at this time when we're all pulling together to make sure that the Republic stays firm and solid and strong, it might be something we might want to understand where that money's going. That's all.
I think Sola should get some money.
Say that again?
So,
I already have an
dedicated.
arrangement. Solus has an arrangement, and there's no concern. We fully say that we should raise a maximum amount of legions possible.
Well, there's clearly some behind the scenes shadiness going on here. So,
does
Andy
anyone
Allen-
profit from the fleets? Does anyone profit from the fleets? if
I
we
don't
raise-
think we
yeah,
have a
Luna
ship.
does. Luna has armaments. Oh wait, yeah.
It's not only
Fleet.
for the
That's
legions.
legions.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. I misspoke. Yeah.
So he will
Yes,
get
but
how much
just-
money will he get? Sorry. If he raise how many troops did you say?
Yeah, I think you said 13 legions.
Wow,
That would
13.
be
That would make
26.
26 talents.
Okay, but we have no use for fleets though, right? We need 3 fleets for the bequest and 2 for a war, just as support.
Yes.
There's no
Right.
naval combat, so there's no reason to raise more than 5.
No, that's true. That's true. But man, boy, oh boy, 26 talents. That's
I mean, so I would be the one fighting the war, right, with my Rome consul, because you're going to the bequest. So I could maybe fight it with less than the maximum that we can raise, just to deny Luna some corrupt concessions. Maybe.
yeah, because 26 talents would be a lot, right? Or not?
Yeah.
He could
So-
try to persuade. For example, he does have Porcius, and if he puts all his money on Porcius, for example, also
Right.
with persuasion attempts.
See, this is why you should have voted in favor of the prosecution. You had the opportunity to kill that guy.
I don't know. Why? We couldn't
Right.
have prosecuted Porcius, so how so?
He was a
No, you mean Popilius. Sorry, you mean Popilius.
faction leader with the armaments, right? But anyways, how about we raise 5? Wait, no. I'll fight it with 10. Okay, so we'll raise 7 legions. Does that sound good? 7 and 5 fleets.
7 legions and 5 fleets. Okay.
So I can fight a war and you can go to the bequest. That's the bare minimum. Or
Okay.
not? That's not the minimum for the But anyways,
7
so that's my
legions would
proposal.
mean he would get now 14 talents, right? Okay.
No,
that's-
I'm saying
7
right.
legions, right?
7. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We
Right.
would raise 7 legions, right?
7 legions and 5 fleets is the proposal. I'll start with Luna voting.
7 legions and 5 fleets is the proposal. Is that correct?
Yes.
Faction of Luna will vote yes.
Solus, Eric,
Solus will vote yes.
Verona,
It will vote yes. A faction of
Aquila.
Corona does vote yes.
Aquila votes yes.
and I will vote yes as well. So that passes unanimously. We now have, 13 legions
Yeah, we can increase this, right?
and 5 fleets.
Yes.
And the treasury goes down by 120.
Yes. And
You got it? You want me to
Popilius
do it?
I was editing it, but
Okay.
and Popilius has
The,
to add
just
his
so you
money.
know, sorry, Alex.
You have to
the
receive your
for the-
money now.
So 14, if my math is correct, right?
Yes, it's 7 legions. You get
Jim.
2 per every legion.
So I that means I get 50 talents, right? That's how I do the math.
50?
50, yes. I
What?
just round up.
What
Just
is your
round up
math?
50.
Where's your math coming from? From another star, right? From another universe.
He had 1 talent on him before, so
Hey. And don't
14 goes to
forget,
50.
you are corrupt now.
Oh, right.
right. And
And don't
So I
forget,
won't-
you promised anyone. It was not binding, I have to admit,
Was not binding, but
but you promised something.
oh yeah, you did promise the concessions income.
But let's
Right.
see if he will keep his word or not.
I promise. What did I promise?
Okay, I get it. Okay,
Okay.
I get it.
So then I will now propose that the field console goes to the Pergamon quest, and that the Rome console goes to fight the Jugurthine War. So then I will have
But so you have to propose also to how many legions? Isn't this
Yeah,
two different
okay,
proposals?
so yeah, right. So field console's taking the 3 and 3, and I'm taking the rest of them. So 10 and 2 fleets and legions and fleets. Right. So
So
that's
for
what,
the
that's
faction of
proposal.
Aquila's benefit, Andy, this is one of the types of votes where you get additional votes.
Right.
On the type of proposal
you.
where you get it.
So I will have
1 minute. Does he get the votes now or for sending him to battle? Right? For sending him to battle.
Good question. Let's clarify it to be sure we get it right. Stand
Wait.
by. Pontifex
vote at any-
Maximus doubles his votes when voting on any proposal that will send forces against the war or retain their commander. So any proposal that will send forces. So I think this is a combined proposal,
Okay.
right?
Is it a combined is it a combined proposal? And is this possible?
Yeah.
Is this allowed?
Yeah.
To make
you
it
could just reject it and force it to be a separate proposal, I think.
combine anything, including governors, I think, right? Or you can combine
Governors is not a
and then
part of it.
combine-
because
right, you
if
can combine everything after governors.
if
right?
you could
I think.
combine this would mean that he could with better voting power vote on the other issue with which he could not vote with better voting power also.
Right, I'm pretty sure you can combine stuff.
In this
but
way you
yeah.
could combine a lot of stuff into one proposal which includes a proposal and he would get more voting power.
I think it's only exclusively to send military forces. So if it combined others that aren't military forces, then it wouldn't work.
No, but it said any proposal that would send forces to war, right?
Yeah, it says
That's what
this.
I'll just cut off.
It says this, yeah. This was the reading, right? Scott, you read it, right? And this is the
My
reading.
reading is, yeah, so it's rule 2.01.4. Pontifex Maximus doubles his personal votes, including those of knights, but not those with talents, when voting on any proposal that will send forces against a war or recall retain their commander.
Wow, on any proposal which contains. This
Yeah.
is harsh stuff. You could.
Now
Oh,
one
what?
could make the case that there is a rule, I forget where exactly it is, about when you're making a proposal, they have to be kind of like about the same thing. Like you can't combine I'm going to send this guy off to fight the war and I'm going to assign the tax farmer concession, which is not controlled by somebody, to someone else. You can't mix and match those kind of proposals.
Yeah, where is this
This
written?
seems like a case where it is the assignment of a council for doing something.
Yeah, but where is this rule written? I only have the rule in mind where you couldn't propose the same proposal
Yeah.
again. So that's
So for the sake of expediency,
Okay.
Chris, Faction of Manus, if you're not that concerned about it, you could just split this up into two different proposals and we can go on. Or if you're worried about it not passing, we can look up the rule and get clarification.
I don't think either of these will fail, but we can split them up. Yeah, I can't find the rules in combining proposals
Yeah.
right now.
So I brought the nominee things out there again for the sake of to try to simplify. I don't know how. So I think this is kind of what you were doing. The field council, who's the blue, and then I didn't hear what war it was you were going to send your guy. But if you want to do it as two separate proposals, just the 8. If you don't want to use them, then don't use them.
Yeah. So I'll make the Alex proposal first. So three legions and 3 fleets going to the Pergamon Quest. That is a proposal.
So you mean
I will have
you give 3 we are giving 3 legions and 3 fleets to Claudius, right?
correct.
Rome to the field council.
And yeah,
Field
and to the field council, and you want to combine this with sending him. Not?
We scrapped that.
Okay. So first, okay. First he will
Okay, so
get this.
we're sending him off with 3 legions and 3 fleets. I'll have Solus vote.
I'll vote aye.
All right, Luna,
Luna votes yes.
Aquila,
Aquila votes yes.
Corona,
I'm voting yes. Corona
and
votes yes.
Manus votes yes as well. So the motion passes.
All right.
You've gone to the quest now.
I have to go there.
Yeah, I don't
And
know
you're at
how.
Pergamon.
Maybe move your guy up to your not in Rome section, Alex.
Yeah, okay.
You're
I
in the
will do
field
this.
council.
Wow. No, I do have a problem, right? Shit, yes.
Yeah, be careful.
Fuck off.
I always like it when you start dropping F-bombs, Alex.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, I'm not that. Sorry.
Oh, and how do we move legions? Do we just remember or something?
What we'll do is so yeah, I'll take care of that. Give me a sec. So I'll make this down to it because you can copy, or I can as the GM, and then we were sending 3 fleets. Is that correct?
Yeah, 3 fleets.
So 2 will remain. All right. Paste. Choose. All right. So we got the field council taken care of. That means we have 10 legions remaining. 1, 2, 3. And we have 2 fleets remaining.
All right. And now, as the final proposal, I will propose that we send the Rome consul with all our remaining forces to fight the Jugurthine War. And yeah, that is that. So I will have Solus vote.
Aye.
Oh, I missed a message from you. My bad. Oh, it's too late. All right. Luna, you can vote next. Luna?
I will vote yes.
Right. And then Aquila votes next.
Aquila will say yes.
Corona votes next.
A faction of Corona votes yes.
And I will vote yes as well. And so we are now done with the Senate phase.
Right. So what I suggest we do for moving is, so I'll move the legions and fleets over. Let's move your commander to the actual active wars section.
Okay.
Rome Council. We don't need that anymore. And I move the one more off to the side. All right.
All right.
Perfect.
Now we're in the combat phase.
In the combat phase, exciting. So there's no combat or anything for the Pergamene bequest. My math, so you have a military of 3, so you have a combined strength of 13, 10 plus 3. You have sufficient fleets. So 13 minus 8 is a 5. So you have a plus 5 on your 3d6 roll for combat. So whenever you're ready, Rome Council. Nice roll. So a 11 was rolled. That is not a disaster standoff. 11 plus 5 is a 16, which is probably a victory. Victory, 2 legions and 2 fleets are lost. So I'll take care of the losses. That means a total of 4 mortality chits. Give me a sec, I'll bring that out. 1, 2, choose. All right. So no fleets left there. Your number is 8. Furious is 8. So I'm going to draw from the death deck. I will put the number or the chits in the right area of the forum, kind of near where the active wars is. So we're looking for number 8. Here's the first draw, 23. No. Next draw, 16. Nope. Next draw.
How many draws is it?
4. We lost a total of 4 units.
Oh. Okay.
And the last and final draw, wait for it. If this is an 8, he is captured. Oh.
Close.
Close, but
Ooh,
no
close.
cigar. All right. So, one moment. Let me double check. You're going to not get the full benefit
Right.
of influence and popularity because you lost some units. Taking losses, land losses.
1 pop for 2 legions.
Right.
So I gain 3
And
popularity.
right. So, yeah, you'll get 3 pop and 4 influence. Those all get deleted. And we will hide that. I believe we have a victory, so our unrest level drops by 1. Is that right? Victory. Unrest lowered by 1. I'll get that. We have, did we get money for that one? We got 25 talents to the state. I'll get that. So 63 goes to 85. That's taken care of. No provinces created, so the Jugurthine War is discarded. And you get to pick, whoops, whoa. Sorry. You get to pick a veteran legion.
Right.
The Rome Council does. Let me know what. So what I do for the veteran legions is that, the numbers, the unique numbers for the legions is kind of really not, It only becomes important when veterans come into play. So even though we didn't really designate, okay, we have legions 1 through whatever our total number was. So just pick a number of the 1 through 25, and that can be the veteran legion.
All right, I'll pick Legion 1.
All right. And I'll get the chits for those. Stand by. And it looks like you're going to put it out there. So that means you have the veteran legion and the legions with you. Technically, there you go. So that means our regular legions, we have an 8 indicated, but it's really now 7 regular. And then the 8th was that veteran that just came into play. Technically, they're with you, so I moved them up to
The fleets are
your
gone.
area. Fleets are gone. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Right.
And
So-
unprosecuted wars now.
Good point. I've got a little marker for unprosecuted wars to indicate that. All right. So the unprosecuted war, Numantine War attacks. I think I covered it up by accident. Let's put it over here. Hispania Citerior. Who's got Hispania Citerior?
That's me.
Which one is that? Is that Cornelius?
Citerior.
I think it's Servilius.
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 Yeah, okay.
Yes. So, okay.
So he's got a strength of, or a military of 3, an intrinsic strength of 1. It looks like you didn't purchase any
He couldn't.
forces, and you're required to.
He couldn't.
And you can.
He,
When do you buy those?
No,
you
You buy
in-
those in the revenue
appointed.
phase, so
But-
we missed that.
but he couldn't. No, he couldn't do it because he was appointed while we had
Okay,
the Senate
you're
phase.
right.
Yeah.
He
You're right.
couldn't.
Thank you.
It was not his fault. So,
Yeah, so good point. So you have a combined strength of 3 for military plus 1 for your forces right there. So 4. The strength of the war is an 8. So you're at a -4 on your dice roll. So roll
Okay.
3d6 and subtract 8 from it.
All right, here we go.
Nice roll. 10. Modified 10. What is the combat results of that?
Right.
Stalemate. All right. That's
Congratulations.
I knew that
Yeah,
Servilius
that's-
was competent, man.
That's no small feat there. Provincial wars. Taking losses. Okay.
I don't think I take any losses.
All of these listed rounds
Right.
all. Combat. If the war requires, okay. All right, if war requires a fleet support, does the war require fleet support? Did we miss that?
It does.
Does require fleet support. So, where is it at? Taking losses. Combat. All right. I'm at rule 2.2, 2.02.41. If war requires fleet support, a province lacking the necessary fleets to support its battle against the war must still attack, but any victory result obtained is treated as a stalemate. But you didn't get a victory, you got a stalemate. Combat is resolved in normal fashion except for losses. Okay. So a result of stalemate is treated as no effect other than the loss of any called for provincial forces and the resulting mortality chit for the governor. So you got a 10 was the final result. And what's that on the combat results? That's a 3 legions, 3 fleets. I lost. So
You actually draw 6 chits from that?
I believe so.
Okay.
Let me taking losses. If it takes 2 provincial armies to satisfy 1 combat loss. When eliminated force consisting of you have 2 provincial. So you can't really lose those intrinsic strength. So I think effectively we don't lose any forces.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
think
not-
you draw them only if you physically lose the.
That's what I think too. So my interpretation is we don't draw.
Like nothing happens, basically.
Basically, yeah, you prevented anything from happening. Anybody disagree with that? All right.
Sounds good.
So I think that's the end of the. Well done, Servilius. Unfortunately, you don't get any goodies for it either, other than staying alive. All right, so we are done with the combat phase, I believe.
Right.
We are on to the revolution phase. So first, we need victorious commanders to indicate what they plan to do.
I will not revolt against Rome.
All right, so then you can move your guy back into your faction. I will move the legions back to Rome's area. When does the field council return? Does it say in the Pergamene bequest?
I imagine it'd be the same as with armies.
And is it in the revolution phase? Alex, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, what is happening? What? Sorry.
Does the Pergamene bequest say when the... So, if... Okay. Rebel council may keep the bequest, creates province of Asia at the start of the next forum phase if collected. Stay in Senate phase. So
I
it
don't
seems
know.
to me like you would return in the revolution phase.
So in
Good
order to
question.
give a chance to see if he would revolt, right? Because
Right.
if not, this would make no sense. Rebel consul may keep bequest. How would the rebel consul get to this bequest then, right? I don't know.
Exactly. And you are not a victorious commander. Declaration is victorious forces without a command. Okay, commander allegiance. Each commander who gained a land victory in this turn, including a set of must either lay down his command or declare himself in row. So you did not gain a land victory this turn.
That's
so
true.
you cannot declare, you cannot go in revolt. So by my calculations, you return back to unless you wanted to do other things. Because this is also the point
Is it now the revolution phase?
So yes, we're in revolution phase.
Okay, sorry, I didn't get it. So
Faction Manus, the highest ranking official, returned his forces to Rome.
okay,
So he did not rebel. My governor is not going to rebel. Faction of Corona. So Faction of Luna's governor does not rebel. Faction of Corona, do your governor want to rebel?
yes.
I thought. Okay. So he's
Told
the
you guys.
primary rebel.
He's the primary rebel, yeah.
Are there any other senators who are going to rebel?
Yes, there is. But before Claudius will state his allegiance to Fulvius.
All right, I put some rebel markers in the airplay area. Anyone other than Claudius rebelling?
No one else.
Oh.
And
All right, so then
I'm reading now the secondary rebels rule, right? So when a senator revolts after the primary rebel, which is Fulvius, has been determined, each other senator in his faction must immediately declare his loyalty to the state or join the revolt.
Yep.
So he has to declare if he wants to revolt or not, Claudius. But Rule 111.31 does say commander allegiance, right? That's a matter upon Claudius now. He has to declare his allegiance, right? Before announcing.
That's if you want to. Yes, if you want the legions to join your.
Yeah, and I can
revolution.
use this rule now, because I ask you now, what is your opinion on this? Because I'm reading it that I can use this now, because I have to declare or not declare the allegiance to the state or to Fulvius.
I agree with that.
I agree.
So you have 3 legions. So it's the legion. The fleets automatically
Join me, right?
join you. So it's the legions. So, and you can put money towards this. And since you're rebelling, which you've already declared, then you get the money for the Pergamene bequests.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that right now.
How does it work with the money actually now? Can I assure me the loyalty of the legions with this money?
Yes, you can. If you spend enough money, you can guarantee it. So what you need to
You can
roll.
only spend 1. I think you can only spend 1.
Okay, let's read it here. This is rule 1.11.31. And this you can actually do. Technically, you can do this before you decide if you're going to revolt.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what you were kind of getting at, Alex.
Yeah, that's what the point. Yeah.
So a commander considering revolt may roll 1d6 for each legion in his current command. Oh, this might change what I'm about to say here. I'll keep reading, but I said a thought. So before announcing his decision, a commander considering revolt may roll 1d6 for each legion in his current command, which is 3 legions, unless they're a veteran belong to commander. A result of greater than or equal to 4 in the Middle Republic. Before making the first die roll, he may irrevocably spend money from his personal treasury or the personal treasury of his master of horse with his consent to buy modifications to those dice rolls. For each talent spent, Rebel may add 1 to the die roll. So to me, that means he can spend more than 1 because it says for each talent spent. Oh, no. Next sentence. Only 1 talent may be spent on each legion. Veteran legions owing their allegiance to a rebel commander follow the commander automatically. You don't have any veteran legions, so that doesn't apply.
It does mean that I can only spend 1 talent.
Now,
right. For each legion?
1 talent per legion. So what I was just thinking is, do you have the money from the Pergamene bequest yet?
I'm a rebel. And I'm
You're
a consul.
Rebel. He revolted. Okay. I think that's fair.
But the thing is, I have to do this before. I have to make my decision before, or do I not have to make this? Before announcing his decision, a commander considering revolt may roll 1d6. Before announcing his decision. So I don't have the money now because I'm not a rebel.
Right.
That's what yeah.
Okay. That's what you wanted to know, right?
That's what I was trying to clarify, exactly. So, how does this work? Let me go back to so this is second, when a senator revolts, after the primary rebel has been determined, each senator in his faction must immediately declare his loyalty to the state. Well, the state may continue to function and collect revenue normally. Share the fate of or should he be defeated. The primary rebel can use any money in the secondary.
Actually, there it is written that the fleets will automatically return to the active forces boxes. By the way,
the fleets don't do anything, I think, so it doesn't really affect the combat, right?
Why not? Because a rebelling governor could have fleets in his.
If he has fleets in Sicily, we have to defeat his fleet first.
Yes, that's the thing. So, but but rule 11131 does state that the fleets have to return from a consul who is rebelling, right or not?
Where does it say that?
The last sentence in this rule.
Fleets play no role in civil war. Any fleets that started with the rebel commander immediately return to the active forces.
So
You're right.
one could argue that this rule does not apply. For example, with this sentence, one could argue that the rule does not apply to me because it's not a civil war in this sense, but I'm rebelling, but I don't know.
It does say exception Rebel Governor Advanced Rule 2.03.
Ah, yeah, there's an exception. Sorry.
And I think that would apply even to like as long as you're playing with those rules, not necessarily if it is a governor.
Okay, so now it applies because we're playing with these advanced rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. I totally. Sorry.
And
Forget my words.
since we're playing with the rebel governors, a victorious commander attempting to revolt may dice roll for the loyalty of the fleets under his command, but you're not a victorious commander. Desert to him. So I think the thing that's unclear is at what point do you get the money from the Pergamene bequest?
I think it's in the revenue phase because that's what the state gets it for.
No.
In the revenue phase.
Why should I only
Rebel
get
council may keep
The-
bequest.
May
it says
keep
in the middle there.
bequest.
But it
So
doesn't-
I
doesn't change
already,
the
I already retrieved it. That's the thing. I already retrieved it. That
Yeah,
was the
he's
whole.
got it on his ships.
The whole proposal was to retrieve the bequest, and I retrieved
I
it,
think
right?
he already has it.
Or not?
Yeah, I think that's fair as well. I don't think the rules are clear enough to say one way or the other.
Okay, that's
Um,
possible that they
Oh,
do.
why does that like matter though? Anyways, like,
Because-
all it would do is it comes down to is Alex going to have the money so he
Yeah.
can put a talent towards trying to persuade the legions or
Yes,
not.
yes, that's the thing.
That's what it comes down to.
Are you just
And
saying
I'm
that he
fine
can't
with
even-
saying that he does. Anybody disagree?
Makes sense.
You're saying though that only victorious commanders can persuade legions.
No, the exception is that,
Mm.
yeah, that is a possibility that you could read it. But I'm of the opinion that this rule does apply to me because I have to declare my allegiance. Every senator has to declare his allegiance, right, to the state or to Fulvius
Mhm.
of my faction.
Right.
So, and if I have to declare allegiance, I think Rule 11131 applies.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right actually.
I agree. I think that's fine. So, are you going to put money towards persuading the legions
Because my argument would now
and
be
the fleets?
sorry, my argument would now be that yes, the rule is written as if it's about a field consul who is rebelling, but there is also this exception, right? Exception, rebel governor advanced rule. So it applies, it seems, it applies in part to this situation.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Sorry, what was your question?
So, because we're playing with the
Yes.
governor rebellion rule, I forget what it's called, rebel governors, that means you can also roll for the loyalty of the fleets.
Yes. Yeah.
So, are you going to put money towards? So you're going to have 6 rolls here.
Yeah. I will. I can put one talent only to each fleet, right?
Each fleet, one for each fleet and one for each legion. So
Yeah.
a total of 6 is
I
what you
will
could spend.
put a total of 6 into this and roll 6 1d6,
All right.
right?
So I would roll it one at a time. So let's say the first 3 rolls are for legions. We'll add 1 to your
Okay.
roll. If you get a 4 or higher, you're successful, and the next 3 will be for fleets.
So what is the number I do have to have?
You need to get a 4 or higher, but you add 1 to your dice roll. So technically, really a 3 or higher on the dice.
Okay. So I will reduce the money now, right? Already?
I'll get it for you.
Okay. And then I will start my rolling here.
Yeah, go ahead and start your rolls.
2.
Fail,
Yeah, fail.
success, success.
So 2
So
legions.
now these are the fleets. So you got 2 legions.
Okay,
and,
it was a fleet.
and now
Sorry.
now the fleets, and I'll take care of the pieces on the
So
board.
I got 2 legions, right?
Correct.
Okay.
This is assuming you choose to revolt after this though.
What? Sorry?
The legions. I mean, assume the legions don't have to like return to Rome yet. The loyal one,
Ah, okay.
because like, right, you can still decide after the rules, right?
Right. Well, he's already decided to be a rebel.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
He could technically decide to not revolt, right? After seeing the results of the rules.
Technically, yes. But I don't know. I'm a rebel. That's the
True.
same.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're
Okay.
saying. So 3 more rolls, Alex, again
Okay.
with a +1. Success?
Not
Fail.
success.
Success. So the same exact result with the fleets. And I'll take care of the jets again.
Okay.
All right. This is an exciting game. We're exercising the rules.
I don't know if I'm not sure if we are correct, but that's my understanding of the
Yeah,
rules.
and
It look and
whenever
feels
we get
right.
yeah, when we get in these kind of situations, I try to think, okay, is it plausibly in a realism kind of sense? That's what I try to use as
Okay,
my
okay.
final. I don't know how good that of a
Oh yeah, and that
differentiator
other
that is.
rule from the last game, I was looking at I was reading the rules and I saw that there's actually no rule prohibiting people from holding 2 major offices at the same time. It's just that the rules are set up such that by the end of the Senate phase, nobody will hold 2 major offices. But like the censor can be the pontiff, you know.
Interesting. I have
So that
to.
works out.
I have to double check that. 'Cause
I have to
yeah.
look into it. That's interesting.
So Alex, I assume then this one lone legion and its fleet sail back to Rome.
No,
What's going to happen here?
I don't know what's happening. I don't want to have them leave. So what do we have to do? Fight, right, or what?
No, there's no fight. They go back to
Okay.
Rome.
Yeah, but what is the question then? Pardon me.
I guess I was just confirming that.
Yeah, they have to
Yeah,
go, right?
the die is cast, I believe, is the phrase we should
Yeah.
be using here.
They cannot stay here.
They
But
are
you-
loyal to the state. They
Yeah,
do
but
not
you asked
join with the rebel.
you asked for my opinion, so I gave you.
Yeah. True. All right. So that's, I think that.
And is there any action I can take now or not? Any further?
Well, we're resolving all the whole
Okay.
part of we're still in revolution phase. Actually, I think there is something you need to decide. Your rebel governor. Where is it at? This is under advanced rules. Rebel governors. Secondary Legion Army. Okay, we didn't have any of that. Did all that. Marching on Rome. I'm looking at rule 2.03.7. After the rebel faction has been decided upon, the primary rebel must immediately decide if he will march on Rome. When a player declares multiple rebel senators in revolt, the forces of only the primary rebel may march on Rome. A primary rebel that is a victorious commander must march on Rome. A primary rebel governor may decide to march on Rome or remain in his province. If the primary rebel governor elects to immediately march on Rome, he does not have to make a naval interception. His forces just land, but he may never return to his province, though he still collects income and taxes. His land strength is equal to all his provincial armies, halved in value if not accompanied by a legion. Loyal veterans, okay, we don't have any of those. If he marches on Rome, he may not use his province's base province strength. Okay, reinforcements, 2.03.71. At the beginning of every revolution phase following a combat phase where a primary rebel marched on Rome. So this would be next turn. So you need to determine, Alex, faction of Corona, or actually it's not faction of Corona anymore, it's Fulvius, the rebel.
Yeah, it's Fulvius faction.
Are you going to march on Rome with your 3 provincial fleet or forces?
I do have some technical questions.
Sure.
So they are combined now or not combined? Because I do have 2 rebels, right? Primary and secondary rebel.
Yeah, by my reading, they are not combined.
Okay, but they share their money, right? There's only one rebel treasury or what?
Or no, I think they can transfer between each other in the revenue phase.
Yeah, I think so too. All right.
Where was there? There was some speaking of faction treasury with the rebels, right?
The faction treasury can pay maintenance, I believe.
Yeah, you can use that for paying maintenance. So the question, though, Alex, is whether Fulvius is going to march on Rome.
I do have to decide it immediately, right? No.
Correct.
No, with his forces, he cannot march on Rome, right? You can mobilize so much. No.
All right, so he's not marching on Rome.
You could mobilize 8 legions plus a veteran, right? No.
Yeah. All right, so that's that. So staying in the province, if a rebel governor remains in his province, he cannot win due to the failure of the Senate to send an army against him, or even for defeating the army the Senate does send against him. He can, however, still win if the people revolt or the state treasury goes bankrupt. His war, in combination with all secondary rebels, count as one of the 4 active wars needed to destroy Rome and cost the state 20 talents per turn. So we have a situation, though, with this bequest that I'm doubtful there's anything in the rules about, in that the Pergamene bequest creates the province of Asia at the start of the next form phase.
I would sorry.
Go ahead.
If collected, what does it mean to be collected?
Well, the money's collected.
No, not by the
My
state.
mind.
Not by the state.
Not by the state,
It
for
it
sure.
it is kept. It's kept by the rebel.
Okay, so then that in that case, you're saying the province doesn't exist or didn't.
Not
That's
create
my
it.
reading.
I think it was still collected, right? The rebel kept it, right? The rebel keeps it, but it was collected before they kept it,
Yeah,
right?
that makes sense.
It was collected
Okay.
like in the combat phase.
Right.
Okay.
It says rebel council may keep bequests, which happens after the act of collecting it occurs.
Right.
I can see that. Yeah.
So the question is that I was going to bring up is this Claudius, who's the field counsel? Can he claim Asia?
Yes, he can. It actually says in the rules. He collects
does
50
it?
talents and the province. Yeah.
So,
so
but
then-
I don't
but
know in your version.
and sorry. Actually, reading this because the last sentence says discard only after collection. So we should have discarded the card then. We should have discarded the card before I came back. So it should have been transferred as money to my Claudius, and then we should have discarded it when I
Discarded it?
collected
Okay.
it. Or what?
Right. So we discard it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not really, that doesn't.
No, it doesn't change.
This is where I'm finding it. There's more details. This
Okay. Thank you for that, Eric. That's
so when you read down, it says you can collect the 50 talents and the province. So he keeps it all. But basically, he just takes over Asia.
I think
that's his revolt.
Yeah, that's coming from the rules. The 216 rules are based off of the Avalon Hill
Yeah.
version. I don't think the living rules, which is based off of that I'm using, which are the Valley Games version, explicitly state one way or the other. To me, that's what makes sense, because he goes there, he collects all the money, and there's, if you know the history behind the Pergamene bequest, I think it makes total sense. Does anybody disagree? All right, so
I
give
would
me
agree. I agree.
So, yeah.
Fortunate for him, Asia is a good province.
Asia is an excellent province. And I just plopped it on the board. All right. So I think we're done with
Wait,
technically in the
sorry,
forum
what
phase,
did you
yeah.
say? Ah, okay. In the forum
The
phase.
Asia card is on the board, right, just to the right of your area, Alex. Of
Yeah, okay,
Corona.
so yeah, I see it.
Technically, it doesn't come into play until the forum phase, but I think that's just semantics
Okay.
at this point.
Nice that you found this rule, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you, Eric.
All right. So back to the regular revolution phase. This has got to be one of the most event-driven turns I've ever been a part of in Republic of Rome. Or things happening is what I'm trying to say. I think we start playing the cards, and I think it starts again with Faction of Mana, since you're the highest ranking official. If there's any cards you want to play, now would be the time to do it. Like concessions or statesmen or something like that.
I don't have cards to play.
And then it goes clockwise. Luna will not play any cards.
I think this can happen before the Declaration of Civil War, actually, based on the summary sheet.
Okay. You may be right. I don't know for sure. Alex, Faction of Corona, do you have any cards you want to play?
Let me see. I have to double check. Sorry. No.
Faction of Aquila, Andy, do you have any cards you want to play?
No cards for Aquila.
Faction of Solus.
No cards.
All right, we complete this revolution phase. I propose we take a 5-minute break.
Yeah, I need to go to the toilet.
So everyone can empty their bladder.
Yes.
All right, 5-minute break. We'll be right back. That is back.
Alex back.
Alex. I just updated your votes for you, Alex.
Oh, thank you, Scott.
When in the game are more senators drawn ones?
There will be in the deck. There are
Oh, okay, just draw them.
senators, and so what will happen though when you draw them, they get placed in the forum, and there's a chance where you can attempt to persuade them during your forum term. Likewise, there's also the one senator of mine who tried the assassination. There's a chance at the end of the forum phase. There's a chance he will come back. He's currently in the Curia, all the way over on the left. There's a chance he could come back. And
Guys, or Scott, one more question. What was the last time decided upon concessions with Rebel? I can keep them, right? Didn't we find out that the Rebel governor can keep a concession?
good question. What did we just? I don't know if did we decide.
I think rebels lose all their concessions.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, it seems to me. Why would the state want a rebel to collect their taxes? But let's look. Rebel, not governors.
That was the reason why I think I was last time very bewildered, because he could cap his concessions, right?
Either lay down his command or declare himself at all.
At 2.03.5, a governor in revolt is not subject to recall but loses all concession. It's income.
Okay.
What was that number again?
It's
2.03.
2.3.
5.
Yep. This is all concessions, knights, alliance senatorial income.
Yeah, okay, I will take. Then I should now remove my concessions, or
Correct.
okay.
I guess that means you're not corrupt either.
Yeah, I'm not corrupt. That's true.
You live by your own rules.
But I'm not corrupt, you know.
Who cares what the state thinks?
Oh, and I'm back, by the way, if all of you have been
All right.
waiting or something.
Like we're waiting for Andy.
All right. I didn't know if everybody was back or not.
You're such a rebel, Alex.
What? What? What did you say? I'm not a rebel.
I said you're such a rebel.
No. I'm fighting for the true republic.
I kind of think you made some sort of deal with Luna.
What?
Like, I don't see how you could win this war. And Luna's the one that benefits, clearly.
This won't be an easy war. He can raise so many fleets and troops.
Can he raise fleets?
I think we're 7 forces.
Oh, you mean the within the province?
Yeah, he can raise from local troops.
Yeah, he can do that. But okay, so the legions in Sicily, or not legions, the provincial troops count half if he doesn't have a legion with them.
Yeah. So do we just have to defeat the primary rebel, or do we have to beat both rebels?
We just have to beat the primary, I think.
If that's the case, he's screwed. Well, he's not necessarily screwed.
It comes down to what he does with the money. Because I don't recall if he can put it in his faction treasury.
He can't. Yeah, it can't just be like hoarded. Like, yeah, the only way to use the Pergamon quest is to like revolt, I think.
There was some talk of no. There is something written about a treasury for the rebels, right?
You can't transfer to the treasury. You can use the treasury to pay maintenance on rebel troops, but rebels can't give to the treasury. Right. It says here it's
1.06.3.
Yep, exactly.
Redistribution. Yep. Good call. Are we still streaming right now, Alex?
Yeah, we are streaming.
Right, that's fine. So we're waiting on Andy right now.
I'm here. I'm back.
All right, good. Glad to
Sorry.
hear that. No worries. So we are in, I think, now the mortality phase of turn 2. So everyone increase your age by 1. If you're you don't have an age marker, then set it to a 1.
What did you say? Sorry, Scott.
Increase your age by 1 for all your
Okay.
senators.
Yes, sir.
Does the yes, sir. I like that. I like the sound of that.
Okay. So should I start with the rolling?
Yes, but before you do, does the senator in the curia get an age marker?
They're dead.
During the mortality phase, a senator without an age marker receives one.
Well,
Yeah, I think if they were in the forum, they would, I think.
Right.
But not the curia. Yeah, you're right.
Because that's not a person. It's like a dead
Right.
family. Yeah.
All right, start us off, Sempronius, faction of Manus. I think it's a +2 on the dice.
A +2 and a +1. I mean, and a 0. Yeah. So I'll roll for the 9
first. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's 4.
6. He
So he's
dies,
dead.
or he dies, but you get a chance to persuade him back.
Right. So I make my persuasion attempt now.
Yep. And you have the
And
best possible option with 9 or less is what you need on 2d6.
Right. So I think, yeah, both my guys have the same value.
It's
So
the same, yeah.
I'll just roll 2d6. It's a 6. All right. And he now has an age of 0, right?
Yep.
And
the other guy.
This other guy, 1d6, is a 1. He's alive.
He's fine. All right. Next faction, Luna. I have Fabius out in the province. +0, 1d6 being rolled. 5. That's close. Done. Faction of Corona. Wouldn't it be funny if?
Yes, but let's see. So what do I have to do now?
You roll 1d6 for Claudius, adding 0. You roll the 6.
It happens.
Oh my goodness. All right. Aging senators rule. Natural death results. I think he keeps the money. Upon a natural death, a non-faction leader, he's a faction leader.
Man, I now already hate this rule, man. I will never allow this rule again.
Placed in the curia instead. Okay, so
Wait. But is this new guy, is he not a rebel? And does he keep the money then? Is that like an exploit?
So upon is never placed in this curia. Instead, his card is wiped clean. Except for all money is now retained on the senator. So it says, upon a natural death, a non-faction leader. He's the faction leader. Claudius is the current faction leader.
I say he should still be a rebel.
This simulates that the elder statesman era would be likely to continue. Any senator, even though
I
it's
do
not
not
done,
get cleaned off the money.
the previous owner fails in attempt. Cards face down.
This rule has some loopholes.
What? I do not lose my money? That's nice.
Elder senator, any with it.
I can keep him.
Yeah, you'll keep the money. So what's not clear to me is the whole thing about the faction leader.
Oh, what is this now with the non-faction leader?
So
I don't understand it, man.
It basically means you don't have to make the persuasion attempt
It is a faction leader.
because it
Ah.
is the faction leader.
I think it still keeps the money and everything else resets, just like, you know.
Keeps the money, yes. He keeps. Does he keep? Well, he doesn't keep the field council anymore, but that was going to happen anyways. Does he keep the other chits?
I think he like that'd be an oversight of the mortality rules. I think if they got to become a non-rebel with that money.
He should stay a rebel, but he uses his and stuff. It's
What?
back to zero.
I think that's the way the rules would.
So leave
Should
it like
work.
we got it right now. Is what you're saying?
Right. Oh, and no influence, like lose the influence.
The influence goes away, and he's zero age.
So his son was with him on the campaign. So his son is
Right.
taking up the mantle of and so then his age is 0.
That is not possible. It's only H1 here.
The age is added in the mortality phase.
Yeah, you
Age
add
one.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry.
In the next phase. I mean,
I cannot move it, and I did something here. What did I do?
You've got the in the upper left. Make sure you got the arrow selected. That's all right. I can delete it.
Shit.
So I think his age, he doesn't have an age marker. In the next mortality phase, he'll become age 1.
Okay.
So that's that guy. You also have Sulpicius, who is an 8-9. So you'll add 2 to your dice roll here.
So 1d6 again, right?
1d6 plus 2.
Okay.
All right, he's fine. Faction of Aquila. Do you have any? You have 1. So roll 1d6, add 0 to it.
Okay.
Oh, you're fine.
I have
Yeah.
one.
But the only thing for my guys is I've now appeared to have lost the ability to get a 1 marker on one of my senators.
All right, stand by.
Thank you. Thanks. So, and also, just on for the death consequences, 1.053, it does say on the version I've got, regardless of the cause of death, all markers except a faction leader marker are removed from the afflicted senator's card.
right, but this is like explicitly in DM, aging senators variant.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, of course it is.
Keep money.
Yeah, got you.
Good point, though. Andy, try what you were trying to do before. Now, see if you can. I'm not sure what piece you were trying to move.
I was trying to. I needed another age marker. That's all.
Oh, okay.
I'd lost an age marker, so I thought I put it down here. And it's appeared.
Stand by.
Thanks.
What's the age going to be at?
1, because he was the senator who died.
Gotcha.
In the problem. Yeah. Lovely. Thank you.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Revenue phase, correct?
I would say so.
All right. So, Alex, you're going to be special. But let me update site here. So, how many legions do we currently have? You guys help me out. I see 8 regular plus the veteran, so 9 legions. How many fleets do we have? 1. No land bills. How many active wars? We count the rebel, so I think we have 2 active wars. The Pontifex Maximus is controlled by Aquila.
What do you mean with
Uh,
2 active wars?
Active wars, because we have to pay 20 talents per active war. So one active war is the Lusitanian? No, the Numantine War, and the other one is the Rebel.
Wait a minute.
The traitor.
First you said they
Fulvius.
are not together, so that are separate wars. First you said they are not together, so they must be separate wars. Sorry, but
Stand by.
No.
or not. But you have to fight them each.
Rebel
On-
Governor Declaration.
Do you have to fight
I'm looking it up. One moment.
But if it would not be a separate war, you could send one commander to fight both at once.
I think this is up in the revenue area. I'm just trying to find it in the rules. Taxes, provincial, factory, treasury. Taxes.
It says a civil war counts as an active war.
Yeah, where is it at? I'm not finding it.
But these are actually so. For example, is this a civil war? I didn't march on Rome though. It's a civil
Correct, you
war,
did not.
right? But I didn't march on Rome, so that wouldn't apply. It's a rebel governor stuff here. Because if you would say that they are not separate, then I should be able to do with the money as I want on both.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
transfer the money. That's in the rules, yeah.
What?
You can transfer the money in the revenue phase.
No. I can do whenever I want to do stuff. I could do it because they are not separated. But the question is now: are they separated? Do you have to fight them each one? So could you send a field council to fight only one guy and you automatically won the whole war, or do you need to fight both? So each at a time. So
I believe they are separate because they're both in two different provinces. The primary rebel is Fulvius. But where we were talking was about the active wars. So the state subtracts 20 talents for each active war, including unprosecuted and civil wars.
there's a plural. The plural.
So it
Civil
says
wars.
2.03.17 reinforcements.
2.03.
The secondary rebels after a march on Rome, that is a stalemate. The secondary rebels can reinforce the primary rebel. It's not counted as an additional war, but rather an expansion of the current civil war.
But the mention was of civil wars, right? Where did you find this?
So 2.03.71, at the beginning of every revolution phase following a combat phase, where a primary rebel march on Rome achieves a stalemate result, one and only one secondary rebel governor may attempt to reinforce the primary rebel's army in Italy with any force he currently commands. This reinforcement does not count as an additional war, rather as an expansion of the current civil war.
Yeah, but only if one decides to reinforce him. But before it counts as an additional civil war, or not?
No, it counts as one civil war.
I think we
Yeah,
have to
that's the way-
suggest that this isn't a civil war unless they march in Rome, right?
But how can one have two civil wars then in this setup?
Can't.
You can't.
Right, there can only
yeah.
be one rebel at a time.
You
It's the
cannot
primary
have
rebel.
two civil wars, but the rules are talking of two, at least of
No.
no?
It's saying it does not count as an additional war, but it is an expansion of the current civil war.
Okay. What was the
So
rule
you can't have,
Scott was reading then? Sorry, I didn't.
I was reading in the revenue phase.
Yeah, revenue phase.
I'm trying to find that again.
Yeah, we'd have minus 20 talents because we have a civil war.
Yeah. That's how I interpret it as well. And this is rule 1.06.53, debits. But Alex is right that it says including unprosecuted wars and civil wars, plural.
That's my reading, yeah.
But elsewhere, you can only have one faction in rebellion.
So I think it's saying civil wars like in like a general sense, like at different points in time. Right. It's not necessarily suggesting that there could be two at once.
That's what I think as well.
Because it's saying here that the secondary rebel doesn't become an additional war.
But it is preceded by including. This doesn't seem general. This seems to be including unprosecuted wars. So it's a specific instance, or not?
I hear what you're saying, but I don't interpret it that way.
Okay.
I also think that unless you march on Rome, it's not a war, based on the reinforcements reading.
Oh, it's not a war at all. Okay.
Right. It's saying that the so when the secondary rebel chooses to reinforce, it doesn't count as an additional war. But I think that implies that only people actively attacking Rome are in war.
So the others are not in
Right.
war. So this is not war. This is no war.
So you have to merge to be a war.
What's the
right?
number for that, Chris?
This is the same. It's 2.03.71 reinforcements.
Thank you. Thank you. Rome, primary rebels.
Right. So to combine his forces, he has to first reach a stalemate with the primary rebel, and then after that, he can send his other forces.
Right. Right.
But he can transfer funds in the revenue phase.
Check 2.03.8. Says his war in combination with all secondary rebels count as one of the 4 active wars needed to destroy Rome and cost the state 20 talents per turn.
There it is.
So,
Yeah. Thank you.
What was the rule? Sorry, I didn't.
2.03.8.
Where is it? If a primary rebel governor,
Yep. Keep going. Yep.
he cannot win due to the failure of the Senate to send an army against him, or even for defeating the army the Senate against. Where is it?
basically, you just hope the Senate, you basically hope the Republic collapses. You're part of the problem. So,
Yeah, it's the second sentence, or the third sentence. His war, in combination with all secondary rebels, count as one of the 4 active wars needed to destroy Rome and cost the state 20 talents per turn.
His war in combination with all secondary rebels
Yep. Good
counts
call,
as one
Eric.
of the active wars. Okay.
All right, so we have 2 active wars. Faction of Aquila. How many senators do you have?
4.
For how many knights do you have?
1.
Faction of Corona. How many? Now this is going to be those senators within Rome who are not rebelling. So I think you have 2 senators, right? Corona?
I do have 2 senators who are rebelling or not.
Not rebelling.
Yeah, 2, and I do
Okay.
have 2 who are not rebelling. Yeah.
Okay, and then you have 1 knight that's not rebelling. All right. Luna. Wait, is it Corona? Luna. Next, I have a total of 3 senators. We're gonna counter a situation where my site doesn't handle the barbarian raids through. It's something it doesn't quite handle yet. Manus, how many senators do you have, Manus?
I have
In total?
4.
How many knights? 1 knight?
No knights.
No knights. All right. Actually, you don't. Corona does not have his faction leader among the. All right. Concessions. I have tax farmer. I have Solus has tax farmer 3 and tax farmer 6. Is that correct?
Yep.
Aquila has harbor fees. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
And no one has Sicilian grain now. Provinces, Sicilia is now. I'm gonna have it roll the number for you, Alex.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
for you, we're gonna have to kind of piece out the details.
Okay, yeah.
Or kind
I
of
understand it.
because of all the special stuff that's going on. All right, so generating revenue. I'm gonna copy it to the clipboard of roll20. I put the details, so you got to scroll up to the top. So a faction of Aquila gets 16 in total, added to what they had. So that's in addition to what you already have. So if you have money in your faction treasury, keep it. Corona gets 4, Luna gets 6, Manus gets 8, Solus gets 10.
Was Sicily improved? Or I'm reading stuff incorrectly
I don't think
there?
you can improve
Okay.
a province that's in rebellion. I'm not sure. Hold on
Why
a
not?
second.
Why shouldn't I improve my province?
Just a second. Let me go through the reminders. It does show that Sicily was improved, but we need to double check the rules to make sure a rebel can improve their province. So, shoot, I forgot to run. Doggone it. I forgot to set the provinces. Well, there's barbarian raids going on. So what? Let's
we have
read
to
the
roll
barbarian
those.
raids. We have to do a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff for barbarian raids now. Let's do one thing at a time. Let's do barbarian raids first, and then we'll take a look at all of Alex's stuff. Alex, if you could be reading up on
Yeah, I'm reading.
how to handle your income and that for your rebels, that would be appreciated.
Yeah.
So barbarian raids. At the start of the next revenue phase, which is what we're in now, the governor of each frontier province, which are the ones with an underline on their name on the card, must make a roll of 2d6 plus the military of the province, military force of the province to avoid being overrun. So the military force is the number of provincial forces divided by 2, plus the military of the governor. I think we all have 0 military forces who are in these provinces, so I don't think we get to add anything there. So it's basically just going to come down to the military of your governor. So if you get a roll of greater than 15, that means you avoid being overrun. So let's do those rolls first and get that out of the way. So let's start with
So 2d6 have a black die just before we roll.
when it does. I think it's blue is what it's called. There's white dice and blue die. We'll use the blue one as the black die. So go ahead and roll faction of Manus and add your military, which is a 1. So you're overrun.
Okay, 6 mortality chits. That's lovely.
All right, and then I'm going to do. Let's do that now. Stand by as I get the mortality deck out, and I'll draw the chits up next to your senator 3. I think it is. I'm going to place them next to your senator 1. Draw 2, and I put that one back in the deck. Stand by. I need to shuffle and recall. I need to recall. Recall on the table? No. All right, so that's trying 2, 12, 12. All right, so those are the first 2 chit draws. I'll do it like this. 3rd chit draw, no. 4th chit draw, no. 5th chit draw, no. And then the final one, no. So you're fine.
Nice. All
right.
And, does
So
anything else happen?
say again?
Does anything else happen?
Let me see the card.
You lose the income.
Yeah, basically no income and no improvement, I think. That's what it comes down to. So yeah, no income, no improvement. Okay. So my turn. I've got a +4 to the 2d6 roll. Need a greater than it's 15. 13. So what's the blue die? Was 4. So is overrun. I need to draw 4 chits. Drawing them now. There's your number 3. 2 is my number. 11. None. And 2. All right. He dies. All right. Let's see. If overrun, I think he died.
He's captured.
He's captured. If the governor is captured, the ransom must be paid before the next forum phase, or he's killed. What's the ransom?
Ransom? Does the state have to pay it, or do you have to pay it?
No, it's a private ransom.
Private
Black
ransom.
die of the day for that number of garrison legions, if available. The ransom must be paid. What's the ransom? Advanced provincial rule.
10 or
10 talents
2
or
times
2
the influence.
talents.
Yeah.
Say it again.
It's a 10 talents or 2 times the influence, whichever's greater.
Whichever's greater. Okay.
10 in your case.
Crazy. All right. So we'll deal with that in a sec after we do take care of the other.
My provinces. I'll roll now.
Go ahead. Add 4 to your roll.
Oh. Okay. First, Servilius. I think.
Or I'm sorry, 3 for Servilius. All right. So you got a 1 on the blue die. 1 mortality chit. Your number is 21, I think. 26. So you're fine.
All right, and now Cornelius. Okay, yeah, he gets overrun.
And 5 is the blue die. So we'll draw 5 things. They're right above your play area. He's number 1.
Okay.
8. 17. 5, and the last one, 23.
All right.
No effect. And I think Sardinia Corsica's out there in the middle of the Mediterranean and is unaffected by barbarians. They can't swim. And I believe so. There's no income from those provinces that are overrun. They can't be improved. The Barbarian Raids event is over. I need a capture chit. First time ever using one of those. Do I have a capture? I do have a captive chit. It's hilarious. He's an old timer though. You know, they're like this old, feeble Fabius. Everyone increment your term markers on your provinces by 1 if you haven't already.
Yeah, and I don't have to do it because I'm a rebel governor, right?
Correct.
And
Doesn't matter.
sorry.
Go ahead. Somebody said something?
It doesn't matter either way because either you win or you die.
Right. Stand by. I'm making sure I do something before I forget. Faction of Solus. I am depositing 7 talents in the Temple of Jupiter on your behalf. I put it next to your, so you get to assign that where you want. All right, Alex, what have you found out so far?
So I found
about
out that I
your-
cannot develop my province. It's the rule 2.03.4, Rebel Province Exceptions. A rebel province is never considered under attack by any wars in play. The wars simply ignore them. It always generates revenue. However, it cannot be developed and cannot be affected by random events.
Okay.
All rebel governors adjust their term.
You do generate income though, right?
Yeah, I do generate income.
For both your provinces. So let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Both provinces, I only get Asia in the forum phase or not?
Forum phase, yeah.
Good question. Forum phase,
Because the
correct.
cards reads at the start of the forum phase.
So it'd only be Sicily.
It is only be Sicily. And
Right.
I have to first check. So I will get all the stuff, local taxes, state income, and
Right.
provincial spoils.
So basically roll 3d6 and we'll subtract 2 from it.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll add 30 to that total.
Okay. 3d6, right?
3d6
Yeah, I did it. -2, right?
minus 2 is a 7 total.
Yeah, and then plus the 37,
Yeah,
right?
so 37 exactly. All right. Did anybody get the state money?
So, what? I get the state money or not? Because I
I
rolled
don't think
it,
so
right?
because I remember it was at 82, and so so we get 42 for the state, which goes to 127.
But you don't get the state income for Sicily. That's right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I did not verify that. Oh, you're right. We don't get Sicily. I think I did keep Sicily. So 5 from that. So it was going to be 127 minus 5 would be 122. Good call. All right. Exciting. Is there anything revenue-wise that we need to do?
So how many did you deduct? How many did you deduct from the treasury because you don't get Sicily state income?
Yeah. So I deducted 5.
Why not
Because
7?
Because Sicily only collected 5.
But
I'm looking at the roll I did.
I'm looking at the roll I did because this is which counts. Because
Fair.
I rolled the state income with it.
Okay. Fair,
and the state income was the provincial spoils was 2, the first.
Right.
And
so
the
I
others,
just deducted an additional 2. So a total of 7 were deducted. So the state money is right now at 120. Anything else revenue-wise?
I can now, because I'm in the revenue phase, I can change money right now, right? Or what?
Correct.
Transfer
You
money.
can reallocate money. You can't put any of that money to your faction treasury you got. Your rebels, that is.
So I do have a rebel faction treasury.
I think you do. There's a faction treasury for the rebels. So in the document, or the whatever you call it, the journal that I set up, you should be able to add like another line if you wanted to. But I don't see a reason why you would want to put money in there because you can't be persuaded.
That's true. So the thing is, I will get Asia only later on, and you might attack me, so I would lose all the money there, maybe. Maybe I should put now all the money to Fulvius better. It's better,
Wait.
maybe. What?
Is the 37 Fulvius from local taxes?
Yeah.
I think
Local tax.
that has to be spent, right?
No.
It has to be used for raising forces.
Good point.
I have to maintain them now, right? My forces there.
It's not like money. Like you don't like provinces don't save up money or
It's
anything.
rule 2.03.5, right? Rebel governor income. A governor in revolt is not subject to recall, but loses all concessions, knights, and alliance senatorial income. He must collect all provincial spoils and state and local taxes of his province, which are transferred to his personal treasury.
Right.
But
that's right.
So for Illyricum though, this is just an unrelated question or kind of related. I have 5 local taxes, right? So I don't save money though, right? The only way
Correct. Since you are not a rebel, that
Right.
money is like being spent, wasted unless you put 5 of your own talents towards it
Right. Okay.
to rig it up to 10. Good question.
Okay, never mind. So we raise locals and provinces right now?
If your province was not overrun, but your
Okay.
province was overrun
Okay.
because of the barbarian raids, those provinces are just in disarray.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
Yes, a strange series of events.
So I would first have to buy troops, and then I would have to, as rebel.
Actually, I think first you should maintain them. Maintain your existing
Okay,
forces.
that's even better because I
Before
can
you
save
have-
up more money then.
Yeah. So subtract 4 for your 2 legions and your 2 fleets.
Yeah, that's with
And then you can buy to a maximum of 10.
So how much do I
it's
need to cover the
subtract 4
4
from Claudius.
from Claudius? Okay, then I will maintain him. These. Okay, and now I can. I have to maintain the 3 units there in the local province, or what was it?
Good question.
In
Do you
Sicily.
maintain? I don't think you maintain those, but let's double check.
You don't pay for those, I'm pretty sure. You pay for like you raise.
No, it says 2.03.6. A rebel must pay 2 talents per provincial army fleet, legion fleet, and for each point of strength in the province's printed base province strength.
Oh wow.
Um,
So you have good call. So you have to pay another 10 for Sicily. You get your 3 that you built last time, and then 2 intrinsic. So 5 times 2 is 10. So subtract another 10, Alex.
So 10, okay. And I have to pay how much with Claudius here? So it stated that I have
Claudius,
to
you're
pay.
done. Claudius, you're done.
Is it really correct though? Because
Yeah, I think so.
Claudius.
only I paid only 1 per legion and only 1 per fleet.
No, 2 per legion.
Pay
2
8
per legion.
total.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It would be 8. My math was wrong.
No, okay.
So yeah, it'd be 4 more. Thank you.
No problem. 36 then. Okay. So okay.
And now you can purchase additional
Stuff.
provincial forces.
And how much will this cost me? Let me see.
10 apiece.
10 apiece. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I could buy 2
You
more.
can buy up to
What?
3 because 27 plus 36 is
Yeah, I could.
Right.
I have this money here too. Yes, that's true.
right. 27 plus 36 is a grand total of 63.
So I could buy how many troops? Fleets cost the same. It costs 10, right, per fleet.
Correct. It costs the same.
I suggest you buy fleets because worth 1 strength. Provincial troops only are half.
Yeah,
They're bad.
that's true. I should buy fleets only, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's buy all the fleets I can.
So the most you could get is 6,
Yeah.
and then you'd have 3 left over.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah, I could buy all. I will buy with the money all fleets I can. I guess here. That's a good call. Yeah. So I would have to pay. I will only have 3 with this.
Yeah, if you buy all 6, then you'll have 3 talents left.
Let's do this. I will buy 3. Where are the fleet markers? Oh, sorry. Oh, I will only do
Just
this.
use
This.
the single digit number.
Because the province forces only counts towards only counts half, right?
Right, the legions. Yeah.
Okay. I'm done, I guess, then.
All right. And don't forget to jockey your money around. Now, did you do anything with the money for your loyal senators, Alex?
I do have one. No, I do have one, right?
Does-
Per.
One per, correct. So you should get 2 for those guys.
I do have a question though. I didn't get any senatorial money. No, I didn't get any senatorial money.
Correct.
It's okay. It's okay.
From the rebel guys, correct.
Okay, I think I'm done.
All right. It is 2:39 right now, p.m. Eastern time. Alex, I believe you have a hard stop in 21 minutes. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I propose. I don't think we'll be able to get through the forum phase. I propose we stop here, and we can. Now, I'm trying to get a game like this going every first and third Saturday of the month. I know that. I guess before I go into there, does anybody disagree about stopping right now?
Did you run the calculations for the rest of the factions on revenue?
Yes, I did, and it's in the chat. So your Manus, you would have gotten 8 talents total. Did everybody else get their money?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm proposing we stop here. Anybody disagree?
Fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get a game like this, every first and third Saturday. Chris has a game using Tabletop Simulator set up for next Saturday, the 28th. So if you're unaware of that and you're interested, make sure you get with Chris and ask him about it. It's on Steam through Tabletop Simulator. Are you guys available 2 Saturdays from now, the 4th of September? That's actually Labor Day weekend for those in the States, if that matters.
That should be fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
How about Alex? Are you available?
Yeah, I guess so.
And
There's nothing.
Andy, did I hear you say yes?
Yeah, I think I'm good. I'll double check, but I think I'm good.
Okay, and I'm assuming is same start time, all right? 14 UTC.
Yeah, brilliant from me.
Okay. I guess so. I sent the emails out. We got the email thread going that people, if something comes up, you can let us know. If something does come up and we still get enough people to play, a worthwhile game, then I'm certainly willing to still have a game. It just wouldn't be. We'd only continue this game if all 5 players are present. If it's 4 people can play, then we'll just start another game with just those 4 players. It's the way I wanted to approach that. So, all right. So, Alex, if you haven't already, I suppose you can stop the stream.
I will stop it now, right? Okay.
Yeah. Did we get any? I think I heard you say there was one person watching at the beginning or something.
There was one new follower. Yeah.
Is it somebody you